What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Happy Tuesday evening, aka Waiver Wire Eve. And a lot of you got to get your waiver claims in. The week one hype is over. Now reality sets in. Who's actually worth picking up is the question on week two. Unfortunately, for some of you, it's going to have to be a quarterback, right? Week one was the week of the tight end injury, and now this is the week of the quarterback. So, yeah, big blow. Got to address this straight up. Joe Burrow. It looks like the season is over. I mean, it went from 2 to 3 weeks to now all of a sudden like 3 months, and it's like, well, maybe he'll come back for week 18. Like, who cares? Like, do we honestly, legit question? We have to answer this because if you're looking for a replacement, do you even keep Joe Burrow on your roster, or is it just not worth
it? If you're in like a super flex league, maybe. But in a single QB league, I don't think you have to hold on to Joe Burrow. I mean, if you got an IR spot, sure, why not, right? If you don't have to drop him, don't drop him. But if you're in a single QB league with no IR spot, no, you don't have to hold on to Joe Burrow. Like, if somebody wants to hold Joe Burrow on their bench and hope they're still playing, in week 16, week 17, and he comes back, let him. Let him. You know what I mean? Like, I can't waste a bench spot on a QB who we may not see again this season.
Yeah, look, think about it this way. Week 17, right? This is the finals, the Super Bowl for most fantasy leagues. If you got that far with whatever quarterback you've had in his place, like, why mess with it? A guy who's been gone for 3 months and all of a sudden playing his first game back from a toe injury. This doesn't make sense, right? You got to remove the name from the situation here. So my only question, honestly, is do you worry right now, it being Tuesday and this just happened, that we get breaking news tomorrow like, oh, he got a second opinion, and like, it's actually not that bad, he'll come back in a couple of weeks?
No. No, I think we're past that point. I don't think, like, if he was still getting opinions, they wouldn't already say because he needs surgery on it. So yeah.
All right. The dreaded toe, first Brock Purdy and now Joe Burrow. And then what do you make of JJ McCarthy? The phantom injury has been replayed many times on social media. Like the very last and second to last play, he was running around the field up and down. He looked totally fine. And then all of a sudden, the day later, he's not fine anymore. There's people, what people say, right? They're hiding him behind this injury. They're giving him time to get his head straight and do whatever knows on the side. You buy any of that?
I kind of do. I mean, this feels like a closet benching almost, right? I mean, look, maybe he did hurt his ankle. Maybe it's a little banged up, but maybe they're also saying, hey, take it easy for a couple weeks, go ahead, take it easy for a couple weeks. And what's interesting here is like they're not going to put him on IR. They're saying like, oh, maybe a couple weeks, like kind of leaving the door open. Like, so after Carson Wentz throws 3 interceptions this week, including a pick 6, that they're like, oh, he's fine now. He's good to go again. His ankle's fine.
Magically healed, just like Juwan Jennings' calf as soon as they extended him. Honestly, just cannot believe injury reports, practice reports. You can't believe almost any of it anymore, which is kind of sad. But yeah, Carson Wentz did not think in the year 2025 we would see Carson Wentz, Marcus Mariota. Let's see who else, because Jaden Daniels, unless we have some good news there, what are the chances Jaden Daniels plays?
I'm going to say probably pretty low, but the good news is it doesn't sound too serious. So yeah, maybe he misses this week, which isn't good for your fantasy team, but it sounds like maybe just a week and he'll be back.
Hopefully nothing serious. I think they can get by. I mean, Mariota is serviceable. Like, he wasn't that bad.
I mean, they got the Raiders this week, so they probably feel like they can win without him.
Right. But man, that just leads to the fact that those of you who thought you wouldn't have to think about quarterback and streaming and waiver wire all year, here you go. Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels, you're going to have to search the wire. Danny Dimes, I'm sorry. Indiana Jones might be your best option at this point. Is he going to be this year's late round QB league winner?
Sure looks like it. It sure looks like it. We get him every year. He looks like he's going to be one of them at least.
It's possible. It is very possible. Yeah. Gotta love it. Gotta love fantasy football. Just when you think you got it all figured out. All right. Well, you got questions besides quarterback. We're going to help you with every position, every situation. Also, trade questions. A lot of early panic, which is normal, but I think it's fair to ask, what do you do with a guy like T. Higgins? Am I worried enough that I'm trading him? What about the Vikings? What's going on here? By the way, that also reminds me, another not quarterback and not quite as significant, but Aaron Jones. I mean, not just pulled handy, he's on IR too.
Yeah, this is almost good if you have Aaron Jones. Now you don't have to think about it because he was kind of already losing value, like a lot of work to Jordan Mason anyways, but this just, makes Jordan Mason a solid start. Now we know he's going to get all the work here, or at least most of the work. We've seen him being the work. Now this is not the 49ers run game here. This is the Vikings offense with, I guess, Carson Wentz for now. But still, talking about a guy who's going to get the bulk of the carries, can catch a few passes. You got to feel good about Jordan Mason over the next 4 weeks.
Absolutely. Definitely feel good about Mason. He was looking better as a runner anyways. He's got the backfield to himself. Trying to think offhand, like leaving him behind. Is Ty Chandler still there? I don't even know. Could be.
They did just sign Cam Akers.
No, come on. Don't tease me like that. No, Cam Akers. Yes. So you're saying there's still hope. So I need to go back and re-add him in all my dynasty leagues where I dropped him.
No, there's no hope. There's no hope.
Okay. Come on. There's always hope. False hope, but hope nonetheless. All right. Well, okay. Maybe don't go out and pick up Cam Akers just yet. But yeah, we'll help you with your waiver wire questions, which we're here to do. And in fact, we have quite a few. We're going to get to your questions here. We know that's why you're here waiting. But first, we actually have a lot of DraftLane questions. We're going to show you how that works. We're going to at least do one of them right here, right now. And then I also have to remind you first, of course, about underdogs. Don't forget, sign up for Underdog. First time, you get a gimme pick. You get bonus cash. You get bonus deposit match. Again, not quite sure what you're waiting for. If you haven't tried Underdog, you've heard about it, you've seen it. It's a lot of fun. You get still all these freebies, new customers. If you sign up using code ENDGAME, you get, again, up to $1,000 of bonus cash for your first deposit, plus the gimme pick, plus a special pick for our promo code. Plus, they're still doing the 5 and 50. Is still going on?
Yes.
They're still doing it. Wow. All right. I thought they would only do that for like a week, maybe two. But here, if you're a new customer and you sign up using code ENDGAME, you play $5 of the cash you already deposited towards anything. You get another $50 in bonus funds. So try it out. And then, of course, absolutely free to download DraftLane. You've seen us talk about it a lot. We're going to keep talking about it because it's our app. We use it all the time. You can ask your questions at any point here. Waiver wire, start, sit. Just ask a question. That's exactly what it says. So let me show you because we have all of those. We got a lot. So let's do one right now. Let's start out with the DraftLane questions because fair is fair. These were posted before we started the stream. There we go. All right. Which one? I figure since it's Tuesday, what do you think? Should we do a waiver wire one?
Yeah, let's do a waiver wire one.
All right. We can see also the order in which these were posted. This was 5 hours ago. Let's try this one. All right. PPR. Anything off free agents? Do I drop Minnesota defense for Atlanta? All right. Let's check out the roster. By the way, don't know if you have a league on Yahoo or Sleeper, not just a DraftLane league. Look, we can see your roster. We can see everything going on here. This is Mac Jones at quarterback. Okay. Nico Pickens, Hampton, Scattaboo, Strange, Puka, Zay, Samson, Aaron Jones, Joku. Okay.
Well, I guess having Purdy is fine because he's got Mac Jones. I would probably want to look and see what quarterbacks are on the waiver wire. Just looking at this team. I don't know if there's an IR spot. I guess not because he'd be in there. I assume maybe not. I think Sampson might be the only other guy I could think about dropping. Although I'd also like to see like what tight ends are available.
Well, we got Strange and Njoku. I'm pretty sure we don't need both.
No, we probably don't need both, but it probably depends what tight ends are available here.
Okay, so let's check it out. So we hit waivers, and then we can see exactly who's available on this league's waiver wire. Okay, there's running back. Nothing jumping out at me. There's Chris Rodriguez.
Nah. What about any good wide receivers?
Got a lot of rookies here. Lots of rookies.
Yeah.
All right. What about him? Oh, there's Troy Franklin's out there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I might be willing to add Troy Franklin over Dylan Sampson. Quinshon Judkins back.
Okay. Tight ends. These would be the options. I don't think any of these guys are better than Njoku.
No. I would probably just keep Strange and Njoku. I think having Strange and Njoku is okay because you can mix and match because neither of those guys are like lineup locks.
Yeah, just to make sure because it usually sorts in order. But like if a guy like Juwan Johnson happens to be available, didn't think so. Just had to check. All right.
And what about QB? Well, not JJ McCarthy now. No, he's good. All right, so maybe just Troy Franklin for Dylan Sampson.
Oh wait, I see. No.
Okay. No.
All right. Yeah, waivers are kind of thin here, so let's go back to the roster. So drop Sampson. Right. If you have an IR spot, you can stash Jones. If not, you don't have to hold him and or Strange if someone good gets dropped this week. All right, there you go. Oh, and asking you guys about defense. Drop Minnesota defense for ATL.
Well, Atlanta plays the Panthers. That's pretty nice. Minnesota plays... Who the Vikings play again this week?
Don't they play Cincinnati?
I think I'd rather have Atlanta, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I would. I mean, I know Jake Browning threw a couple of picks, but they'll score some points. Yeah,
there's still a lot of good players on that Bengals offense.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, drop Minnesota for ATL defense. All right, here you go. Submit. Done. And then we do have some others, but we'll get to those later, right?
Yes.
Let's do the ones on the stream first. All right. So just a reminder, you can use the app at any point, anytime throughout the week. We will definitely answer your question. You want to know exactly how to get the app? Well, there you go. If you're new and you are just getting DraftLane for the first time, use code ENDGAME. You get 10 free credits to use towards your first question or two. So check it out there, App Store, Play Store. Free download. When you download, wouldn't hurt to give it a 5-star rating. Try it out there and let us know what you think. All right, let's get to the super chats.
Let's do it.
First up, should we leave this up? We'll leave this up for a little while.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? They already know what we look like. Lex Dad, what's up? A Burrow victim. Yeah. Pick up Indiana Jones or Caleb Williams.
I mean, try being a Burrow victim in a 14-team Superflex league, and you'll like. If I lost Burrow in my 1 QB league, I'd be like, well, that sucks, but I'm fine. Losing your first-round pick in a 14-team Superflex league where the waivers literally, like, Jackson Dart isn't even on the waiver wire right now. Like, yeah.
Yeah, tough time.
I think you got to go Daniel Jones here, though. Like, I mean, he's been so good. Like, how do we just got to roll with it until it stops. And it might not stop this year. He could be like this year's Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield, right? So you got to grab Daniel Jones.
Yeah, so true story. I work on the waiver wire during the day and Sunday. I'm like, okay, let's see, looking at how they're doing, look at the stats. And so before the games were over, I was putting Caleb Williams. I was like, okay, well, look ahead, look at the matchup, right? Week 3, he gets Dallas. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game because both defenses suck and he could put up points. And then after watching the end of that game, the last Bears game, like, maybe not Caleb Williams just yet. And then, we assumed Daniel Jones was not going to have a great game against Denver defense. And it was pretty good. It's like, it almost pained me to do it, but I had to do it. I had to put Daniel Jones on the waiver wire video, and instead of Caleb Williams, we have to just accept reality as it is. All right, the Rico guy. What's up? Here we go. Give up Higgins for McLaurin or Debo.
I can give up Higgins for Terry, I think. I mean, we're looking at Burrow out almost the entire season. Terry's going to get better at some point. I mean, I saw a stat like last year Terry was like the wide receiver 70 after week 2. Like it's not over for anybody yet, right? Like however good somebody's been so far, they probably aren't going to be that good rest of the season, and however bad somebody's been so far, they're probably not going to be that bad rest of the season for the most part. I think I can just take Terry here and not risk it with T. T's the one I'm the most worried about in this Bengals offense.
That's exactly right. I think Browning is definitely serviceable. We know that, but he's not Joe Burrow. I think that goes without saying. And T. Higgins is a guy who he's already, even with Burrow, he's volatile, right? I think I could do this. Yeah, not for Debo. JCR Melts, what is up? Okay, so now 2 games in, Pitts or Juwan Johnson.
I mean, it's got to be Juwan Johnson. It's got to be. This is now 2 games of just elite usage, and the Saints play. And like you would think, like, okay, we have a bad offense, we have a bad defense. You would think the game plan would be play really slow, try to win time of possession, keep your defense off the field. No. It's Kellen Moore. He can't help himself. It's like they snap the ball quicker than anybody. They throw the ball. They've thrown the ball 80 pass attempts over 2 games, despite the fact that they have Spencer Rattler starting at quarterback. It's got to be Juwan Johnson. It's got to be
Juwan Johnson. So again, I know it always depends, right? Don't know who's available in every league, but Juwan Johnson was the tight end I put on the waiver wire video. He's got to be your first priority. I know Pitts last week seemed like the priority. Look, Pitts will still be good. I think Pitts will still be serviceable. But Juwan Johnson, like you said, he's being treated like a tight end 1 in his team. I also need 2 flex. Swift, Keenan, T-Mac, or Jordan Mason. But it's full PPR.
Swift, Keenan, oh, man. Jeez. I think we... T-Mac and Keenan is... Oh, we need 2? Oh, wait, never mind. If we need 2, it's easy. Keenan and T-Mac.
Yeah, like T-Mac is a must. I mean, there's no question for me there. Yeah, in PPR, I think Keenan. And Mason is definitely more interesting, but in PPR, we're going the receiver. All right, Gabriel. It's a great call on Goff, definitely, but yet somehow 0-2. That's not good. 2 running back, 2 receiver, tight end, and 2 flex. He's saying his receiver room is awesome. So you got Puka, Neighbors, Igbuka, and then Pearsall. The running backs seem to be holding him back. Yeah, I see now. Chuba's the RB1. And then the rookies who haven't done much yet are the RB2/3. And then Pacheco, who is droppable. I mean, look, you put in waiver claims tonight. Are we just cutting bait on Pacheco already?
I think if there's somebody worth pick, like I wouldn't drop him for like Troy Franklin or somebody like that. But if somehow like Quinshawn Judkins is still on your waiver wire because it's a 10-team league and nobody added them last week, or if Scadaboo's on your waiver wire, or even if Tootin is on your waiver wire, I'd probably drop him for Tootin. But I'm not going to drop him like for a handcuff because I don't know why. It's terrible. It's terrible. Yeah, so if you could drop him for any of those guys, I certainly would. I would also be willing to drop Algier. I know he's like a high-end handcuff, but if there's a running back on the waiver wire that can help you this week, that's more important than holding on to Algier and hoping that Bijan gets hurt, which nobody wants Bijan to get hurt, so you don't really want to hope for that. And then I'll say it might be time to try to shop one of these wide receivers, I mean, yeah, man, I don't want to trade away any of these guys, honestly, but I mean, it's a two wide receiver, 2 flex, so maybe not. Oh man, that's tough. You don't have. This is
Yeah.
it. This is like.
That's why I was thinking. I'm like, I mean, you have good receivers, but you don't have a lot of receivers, and you need 2 flexes, and you can't flex any of those running backs, so you don't even want to start any of those running backs. So I'm like, what do you do here? Uh, um, well, I'll say this. I would entertain. It's half PPR. I would entertain trading Ibuka if somebody is going overboard for him, because he's now scored and it wasn't a monster game, but he still did something. If someone's going to go crazy and give you like their starting running back 1, I'll take it. I'm not saying they're going to give you Bijan or Saquon, but somebody who's pretty good, who hasn't done a lot yet, I would entertain it at least. All right. Let's go to Jay. Also have PPR, have Nix and Penix available on waivers, Gino and Browning. I think you're fine with Nix.
Yeah, you're fine with Nix. You're good here. Nix is fine.
Yeah. Pick up Iomanor or Franklin off waivers and drop Kirk.
I mean, I think you got to prefer Iomanor. But here's the thing. Christian Kirk they're saying he's going to play this week. So I don't know if I want to drop Christian Kirk. Like, I know the Texans pass offense looks bad, but they badly need somebody. Like, nobody else stepped up while Christian Kirk was out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they might need this guy. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, it's not like the Titans offenses looked much better.
Well, I want to say, look, it's not like it's crazy deep. Gino's not too appealing, especially after last night. Browning's like, okay. I want to say, maybe drop whatever quarterback you're not starting, and then you could try to pick up one of those receivers. But it's like, I like Nick's probably better rest of season, but like Penix better this week. He gets the Panthers, So no, let's just hold tight here. Let's hold tight. All right, Cody. Tillman, Iomanor or Franklin. I guess he's just asking who's a priority here.
I think I got to go with Iomanor. I know it's like, I know Franklin just had the big game, but I mean, come on. This week it could be like he does nothing, just like we saw with like Booty and Hollywood. I mean, I almost feel like it should be Tillman, but man, it's like, I mean, do we feel better if it's Dylan Gabriel than Joe Flacco at some point? I mean, it can't be worse. It can't be worse. Say that.
I don't feel better. Here's the thing with Tillman is, number one, you're going from a guy with Flacco, he's going to just sling it, right? And he has been. He's leading the NFL in pass attempts.
Well, yes, but the thing is, he's not slinging it. He's throwing it, but everything's close to the line of scrimmage. That's why Dylan Sampson is like getting all these screens, and that's why Njoku and Fannin are catching all these passes, and that's why Judy and Tillman aren't doing anything, because he's not slinging it. Everything's like short.
Yeah, but I feel with Gabriel, it's going to be like that, but to the more extreme. Like, it might even be shorter attempts, because he's not exactly known for his cannon arm. That's not his thing, right?
Really?
And one thing I remember from the preseason, Tillman, the strength of the schedule for receivers for Cleveland, it's nice for the first 5 weeks, and then it gets brutal rest of season. So I almost just want no part of Cleveland's receiving room anymore at all. And then I agree with what you said about Franklin. It could just kind of be a blip. Let's go Iomanor here. And then Stroud or Stafford. I mean, is there an option C?
Yeah. I mean, if I have to pick one, I'll go Stafford. He's looked good. It's a tough matchup this week against the Eagles, but I mean, he's at least looked good. Like CJ Stroud. Man.
Yeah. rough. Okay, Royland got Hawkinson. Is it worth picking up Juwan Johnson for how much?
Yeah, give me Johnson. Honestly, this Vikings offense. I mean, now we have to endure Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
I mean, if nobody's picked up Juwan Johnson yet, I don't know how much you really need to drop here. I wouldn't go crazy because you do still have Hawkinson. So it's like, okay, if I don't get Juwan, it's not the end of the world. Although maybe it'll end up being the end of the world. I don't know. I mean, look, I might be willing to go like 15%. Like this, if Juwan's going to do this all year, you're talking about a top 3 tight end. You basically, you're getting like Trey McBride or Brock Bowers off the waiver wire. And this is why we say every year, you don't need to get an early tight end. But next year, we're still going to get people saying like, I'm just going to take Juwan Johnson in round 2 because I don't want to, or whoever it is next year. I'm just going to take Tyler Warren in round 2, whoever it is next year, right?
It'll be Tyler Warren, yeah.
Can't help themselves.
Yeah. I think, yeah. Carson Wentz does not make me feel too great about my Hawkinson shares. I guess we'll see. Juice got a trade offer this morning in one of his many leagues. Trade Achane to get Stafford, Sutton, T. Higgins, and Travion Henderson.
No. I mean, Stafford, Stafford, that doesn't even count.
No.
Sutton, T. Higgins, and Travion Henderson. I mean, this might have been enough before the season, maybe. But with Burrow out, Henderson whiffing on pass protection in week 2, no way. Achane all the way.
No, and I'm looking, he's breaking down his roster. He's got Evans, Sun God, Pearsall, JMO. You don't need Sutton.
Right.
Nah, don't do this.
No, this is a hard no. Hard no.
Juan Pablo Guerrero. If Daniels is out, who I should drop to pick up a QB? Okay, so we got to drop either Mason, Pearsall, Henderson, Golden, Ridley, Shakir, and then we need to flex too.
All right, I know this is going to rattle a lot of feathers in the chat because Khalil Shakir has way too many people who love him in fantasy. But I'm just going to drop Khalil Shakir. Like, am I going to miss Khalil Shakir here? Like, Henderson still has potential. Mason going to be the workhorse running back for at least the next 4 weeks. Pearsall still has a ton of potential. Golden might start going off all of a sudden here, and Ridley still has a ton of potential. Shakir is fine, but come on. I'm dropping Shakir here, and then I think this week I'm flexing. Where do I have these guys? I think I'm flexing Mason.
Doesn't say if it's PPR.
Yeah, but I think I'm flexing Mason and Ridley.
Mason and Ridley? Yeah, I'm Ridley, and I don't know if I go Pearsall over Mason. It's PPR. Might go Pearsall. Mason is certainly solid. Niners. Niners get who do the Niners get this week?
Cardinals, right?
Yeah, the Cardinals. It's fine. Yeah, I'd probably go Pearsall, but Mason is good too. All right, then we and I agree with you about Shakir. Not gonna miss him. Jordan started Kraft. Sada Dunze. Well, such as fantasy football. All right, so flexing the Dunze or T-Mac? Oh,
both. I'm flexing both. It's got to be Odunze. I like T-Mac a lot this week, and it really feels like there's going to be a game very soon here where T-Mac just has a monster game where he just explodes. But how can you sit Odunze right now? Like you just can't. You can't sit Odunze.
No, against Dallas, you can't. I'm all over McMillan this week, but I can't sit Odunze exactly. All right, Steven. Barely lost, 1-1, no problem. Yeah, Derrick Henry it's not going to crush every single week. All right, so got Juwan Johnson. Who are you dropping with vengeance? Travis Kelce or is it TJ Hawkinson?
I think sadly I'm dropping. I don't really want to drop either, but
You don't? I thought you might low key enjoy dropping Kelsey.
well, I mean, I'm okay dropping these guys. Like, I'm okay if they're not on my team. I just worry that if somebody else picks them up and then they start playing well. I mean, I don't feel as good. I mean, really, I don't feel as good for either of these guys. Like, man, I mean, I don't think Carson Wentz is the answer. Maybe I'll be wrong. JJ McCarthy does not look like the answer. So they don't have the answer on this roster.
The answer is trade for Jameis Winston, get him out there, chucking it deep to who knows. It doesn't matter. Like, he doesn't actually look right for a receiver. He just like closes his eyes and just throws it as far as he can. But give me that. But assuming that doesn't happen, probably not.
That's not happening. I mean, Kelsey, I feel like has, he's got the name value. He's been okay so far this year. Like, I feel like if I drop Hawk, he might just sit on the waiver wire. Whereas if I drop Kelsey, he's instantly getting picked up. So I think I'll drop Hawk here, but man,
I don't know. I'm gonna still. I know it's only been 2 games. I'm gonna hold to my preseason value. These two, I'm gonna keep Hawk higher. I would drop Kelsey. Look, Worthy's coming back. Rasheed Rice coming back, and Kelsey hasn't even done anything really with those guys gone. So, which QB to roster, Rattler or Browning? You got your choice.
Browning.
Yeah, much better situation there. Climbino, Chuba or Mason in the flex?
This is close now. It's a tough spot for Chuba this week. But I have them both solid. I do. Aye.
Yeah, Mason definitely moves up a notch now that we know Jones is completely out. It's the Bengals defense. That's the thing. Not a tough matchup whatsoever.
I think I got to give the edge to Mason because of the matchup here. It's really close. I mean, Chuba will probably catch more passes, but man, he has to go against the Falcons. That defensive front looks great right now. I think I got to give the edge to Mason this week.
Yeah, I think I'm Mason here now as well. All right, Alan Wendling wants to trade his bench-warming Stephon Diggs for Cam Scatterboots half PPR. You okay with that?
Sure, I'm okay with it. I mean, Diggs, he's been like whatever. He's probably going to be whatever. Go ahead. I'm fine with this.
Yeah, worth a shot. Hard to find a good starting running back anyways. Feel the vibe. What's up? How do you feel about T. Higgins' schedule? Should I go trade mode on him and for who? So I guess trying to feel out whether this is a buy low.
Yeah, I'm not buying low on T. Higgins. I'm not.
No.
Not with Jake Browning. Like, I feel like T. Higgins is the one that's going to take the biggest hit here. I don't know what the Bengals schedule looks like the next 8 games. I haven't looked, but it doesn't matter. Like, T. Higgins is not a guy I want to buy low on. Just, I think too much risk with Jake Browning.
Well, it's funny. I had a pretty good idea because I just talked about Jake Browning in a video, and I looked at the schedule. It's not good. The next 2 weeks. That's why I call him a stash, not a pickup. I don't want to start Jake Browning this week if I can help it because the next 2 games are on the road against tough defenses. It's at Minnesota and at Denver. That's not good for T. Higgins. Neither of those games. And then it gets easier, but still, it's not great. They also get to go at Green Bay. It's kind of rough for the most part. So if you're entertaining the thought of getting T. Higgins, don't do that. All right, so Tyler C. has a pair of questions. First, before we get to the infamous 0.7 PPR league, we have a half PPR question.
All right.
Oh, there we go. If JD's out, Darnold, Stafford, or unspecified other?
Well, I'm not sure who the other would be. I may pick the other, but I'll say this: I don't mind Stafford, or I don't mind Darnold one bit this week. I mean, he's looked pretty solid. He gets the Saints at home. Like, that should be fine for Sam Darnold. So I'm totally fine with Darnold. Again, not knowing who the others are.
It's a 10-teamer. I would think the quarterback should be somewhat decent on the waiver wire, but maybe Daniel Jones is not out there. I just said I wouldn't start Jake Browning because of the schedule. Darnold is good enough, I guess. ARSB, Myers, Waddle, Golden, Coleman, Mooney, Kirk, Brown. Any ideas for trades here? Drop any for those waiver wire pickups.
I mean, I'm probably okay dropping Christian Kirk for Wan'Dale. Like, I don't think Christian Kirk's going to necessarily be better than Wan'Dale. I mean, Hollywood, I'm on the fence about. I don't want to drop. Hollywood's definitely a guy. I mean, it might be too late to trade Hollywood after his bad game last week, but he's definitely a guy I want to try to trade if I can.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know what you're really going to get for Hollywood. You're not getting a ton right now. Yeah, I don't know. Coleman, like Mooney. I mean, I would definitely be trying to sell high on Waddle. I'm sorry, but I would sell high on Waddle. If I end up being wrong and the Dolphins offense is good enough all year, oh well. I'll eat the loss. I'll take the L. But there are people out there that,
still believe
Tyreek Hill is still a top 10 wide receiver. Waddle can bounce back after one game. So let me find that guy or girl and ship off Waddle.
Yeah, I think the eating L's is going to be the Dolphins this week and the rest of the year. They're the ones who are going to continue to eat L's. I haven't moved off my position. Nah. It's going to be back to reality this week at Buffalo. It's going to look more like week 1 than week 2. So anyways, I think, look, it's me personally. I'm a disbeliever in Keon Coleman. I would drop him for Wan'Dale or Io Minor. You can probably drop Kirk too. Okay, now is the 0.7 PPR 10-teamer. Also got Henry. Drop him like a bad habit. Njoku, Ferguson, Ertz, Ingram, or Fannin.
I mean, I wouldn't spend any fab on these guys, honestly. Like, if you want to drop Henry for Ferguson, I'm okay with that because Ferguson is in a pass-heavier offense that actually doesn't just target running backs. But I'm not dropping any fab. Like, if I don't get Ferguson, okay, I'm fine with just Henry rest of the season. I think Henry will be okay. Or even Fannin. Like, I would put a claim like Henry for Ferguson, Henry for Fannin, no fab. And just take whichever one I get.
Yeah, I guess none of these guys jumps out at you like have to add. Like if Juwan Johnson was out there, that'd be different. But I could even go Ertz. I think Ertz would be fine. Ferguson because of the matchup this week. Exactly. Okay, so for wide receiver, start 2, flex 1. CD, Nico, Adams, Ibuka, T-Mac. Got Rice there. And then wants to know, try to trade 2 for 1.
Well, I'm starting CD, Nico, and T-Mac this week. Tough having Ibuka on the bench again. 2 for 1, sure. I mean, yeah, you got plenty of depth here. I mean, especially, it's still, we're still like 4-5 weeks away from Rice being back. So you don't want to go too crazy here because we do have bye weeks coming up, starting in week 5. So you don't want to trade away, like, say, Ibuka and Adams, and then you only have CD, Nico, and T-Mac. So maybe wait till Rice comes back.
Yeah, it's a 10-teamer, so I think it's a little easier to pull this off. But at the same time, like if you're trading both, let's say Ibuka and Adams, you need to get a pretty good player back in return. Don't trade 2 to get 1 just to thin out your depth. So you can do it, but you don't have to do it. Jordan Dumas traded. Here's a massive trade. DK, Kyron, Chuba, and Corum for Amon-Ra, Bill, and QJ.
All right, so this is basically DK, Kyron, and Chuba for Amon-Ra, Bill, and QJ. Because Corum, I mean, you're never going to start. Your hope is that you only need Corum if Kyron's out. Like, your hope is that it does not become a split, because then it's like you don't really have either. So your hope here. So Corum kind of doesn't count. So obviously, Amon-Ra, the best player in this deal by a mile. QJ, I mean, if QJ is going to keep, is QJ going to keep doing this though? But I mean, if he is, he might be just as good or better than DK, honestly. And then you got Bill. I think I'm okay with this.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely upgraded at receiver, of course, for getting Sun God. You traded 2 running backs for 1, right? You traded Kyron and Chuba to get down the Bill. But looking at your team, Chase Brown still going to be very good. Javonte, so far, so good. You got Trevion on the bench with Bill's upside. I think this is okay. Yeah. All right, NTY, what is up? Nice. Starting out 2-0. Neighbors helped. Is it okay to drop Travis Hunter for a guy like Dobbs or that Denver receiver?
No.
Perfect.
No. If there was somebody, like if this was a shallow league and you said like, hey, like Matthew Golden is still on waivers, or, okay, maybe, but not for these guys. No.
Yeah, like I know we don't want to necessarily start Travis Hunter this week, but I think it's too soon to drop him. It's a little too soon to drop him, guy. And it's funny you mentioned Romeo Dobbs. I actually talk about Romeo Dobbs, the same video that's going to come out, and I think tomorrow, the next day. But again, as a stash, not to drop somebody you drafted in like round 6 for. So it's too soon. Alyssa, Dolphin Cloud, good evening. Only pick one. E.T., Little Bill, what do we got? Nickelodeon or Mason for right now?
Is E.T., is that Etienne?
I can't think of who else it might be. E.T.
I mean, if that's Etienne, it's got to be Etienne right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it might not be Etienne rest of season, but it might be Etienne rest of season. Like, I'm not going to.
What?
Like, I gotta pick him over these guys.
Yeah, I can't imagine who else it would be. Etienne. Yeah, you have to go Etienne here. I think Mason obviously gets a bump with Jones out, but still, when we're talking about an offense with Carson Wentz at quarterback, I mean, come on. And Little Bill maybe will turn into Big Bill soon, but it's not guaranteed. So let's go Etienne.
Right.
And she also says, I know Indiana Jones is moving up the ranks. Better than Knicks? Better than Williams? Probably.
Yeah, better than Williams. Knicks, I don't know. Why? What am I missing with Knicks? Why doesn't anybody like Knicks? Didn't he just throw 3 touchdowns?
Well, he's just been okay, right? For fantasy, yeah, he just had a pretty good game, but the first game wasn't
I know
good.
he was bad week 1, but I mean...
Well, the yardage wasn't there either last week. It's always about expectations. It's always expectation, right? We expect year 2, he's going to take this leap forward. He's going to be a stud. He hasn't been a stud, so he's a bust.
I mean, it's been 2 games, but okay.
It has been 2 games. Yeah.
And he threw
too soon,
he threw 3
touchdowns
last week. But okay.
Legend. Which Saints receiver will be better going forward, or do you just go with Pittman?
I probably just go with Pittman. I mean, I think Olave was probably going to be better going forward between the 2 Saints receivers, but Pittman's got Indiana Jones.
Exactly.
Just going to go with Pittman.
Go Pittman. Agree. All right, John Wickering. Thank you, John. Wants to get Johnson. Good idea. Are we ready to drop Mark Andrews or Mr. Pitts for him? And then are you still benching Tyreek after last week?
I can drop Andrews for Juwan Johnson. I don't even care. I don't care if somebody else gets Andrews. I don't even care. I honestly don't. The guy's not even getting passes thrown his way. And maybe he'll do what he did last year, where like he'll do nothing for half the season, and then he'll score a touchdown every week. Oh well. I have Juwan Johnson and Pitts. I don't even care. My benching Tyreek Hill. Well, the video comes out tomorrow. I think we have them as flexes, but we don't love it.
Looking at the bench, you're saying bench Tyreek Hill. Who would you put in his place? It would probably only be Pearsall. So I think the only question is, am I playing Pearsall over Tyreek Hill? I would, because again, I already know from personal experience that the Dolphins will lose to Buffalo pretty badly. What about you? Would you still go Tyreek over Pearsall?
Let me see. Let me check my sheet and see where I have these guys. Flex. I have Tyreek as just a flex. Pearsall is a strong flex. I would go Pearsall.
Yeah. All right. Let's do it. As far as Andrews, again, I pretty clearly recall one of the bust videos put Andrews as just not a guy I really have hardly any of. Not zero, but pretty close to zero. I'm okay dropping Andrews too. Bobby Brook, what's up? All right, what is the drop-o-meter on these guys? Algier, Najee, Golden, Judy, Pittman, Sutton, Ayamanor. Would you drop any of those for Golden?
But you listed Golden. Does that mean you have him? I mean, yeah, I would.
No.
I wouldn't drop Pittman or Sutton. That's for sure.
Oh wait, hold on. There's a variation here. So instead of Golden, it's Rashee Rice. That's different. Don't drop Rashee Rice.
Oh yeah, I would not drop Pittman, Sutton, or Rice. I kind of want to say yes to Judy.
I would drop Judy for him.
I kind of want to say yes to Najee, although I did not. I mean, I feel like after last night, we're going to start seeing more Najee. Like, I feel like the Chargers are just like, hey, we just trust this guy more. So I kind of don't want to drop him, but I kind of do. Algier, I'm fine dropping because, again, he's like, I know he had a nice game last week, but come on. They just ran the ball all over the Vikings and just, you know what I mean? They had no resistance in that game from the other team's offense. It's not going to be like that. So, yeah, I think those guys. Ayamanor is close, even though I definitely prefer Golden. I don't want to drop a guy like Ayamanor that I feel like has potential upside.
Agree. I already made the case against Browns receivers. I think I'm okay dropping Judy here. Alex B needs two running backs in a flex. Hall, Pollard, Monty, Mason, Pickens, Pearsall, and you're welcome as always. Two running backs this week.
I think I go Mason.
Reese is a tough one because we don't even know if Fields is playing.
Even if Fields plays, I mean, he's going against the Bucs run defense. Don't love Hall this week. I think Mason is actually my favorite in this group. I mean, Pollard's getting the work, but man, I mean, what's the touchdown upside? Doesn't catch any passes. I think I'm going to go Mason Monty at running back. And I'm definitely flexing Pickens. This should be a very nice Pickens week.
Yeah, the flex is easily Pickens. I think I agree now. Mason's got to move on up. Brees gives you a little more upside. Monty's clearly got the floor. Yeah, it might be tough. I think without knowing about Fields, let's just sit Hall, go Monty. Okay, Alexander's channel, super flex. Down Burrow. All right. How much for Jake Browning?
Yeah, so this is a great question, but this depends on a couple things. Like, number one, who are your other quarterbacks? Like, if I have two quarterbacks that I feel pretty good about, like, let's say you had like Burrow, Dak, and maybe you got Daniel Jones late in your Superflex draft as your QB3. So now I have Dak and Daniel Jones. I don't feel like I have to go get Jake Browning. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I need to go crazy for Jake Browning. Now, if like me, you're in a 14-team super flex league and your QBs are now Cam Ward and Michael Penix, and there's nobody on the waiver wire, I feel like I really have to go get Jake Browning. Like, because this guy is going to be the starting QB for the Bengals pretty much the rest of the season. So if that's the case, like if you really need Jake Browning, like, again, maybe you only had Burrow and one other QB, and now you just have that one QB, then you can go more aggressive. I'm okay going like 50% of your fab if you have to, because, again, you're talking about a starting QB for the Bengals for likely the rest of the season. But if you're good at QB, maybe 20 to 30%.
Yeah, and just the fact you're down Burrow means you're probably not very good at QB. So I think in Superflex, exactly, you do what you need to get a QB. And this is, again, different, even if it were the same guy like Minnesota, like Carson Wentz or whatever. He's got Jamar Chase. He's got T. Higgins. He's in a really good situation. And he's been there, right? That's the thing. We know that he can actually be effective. He did it 2 years ago. He can do it again.
Right.
All right. Gursa Hapal Singh, would you trade BTJ for Drake London? Which disappointing receiver do you want?
I definitely want Drake London. I think BTJ will be okay long term, but I prefer Drake London before the season. No reason to change my mind now.
Exactly. BTJ will get better. He's getting the targets. That's not the issue, but just give me Drake London anyways. How about this? This is interesting. Christian Stefan. Egbuka for BTJ. Didn't think that would be as tough, huh?
I mean, we have to take BTJ, right? I mean, we've got to still take BTJ. I mean,
yeah, I'm taking BTJ.
It's not like the target. It's not like it's not like the opportunity hasn't been there for him. It's not like, this isn't like AJ Brown and the Eagles where it's like they're not even throwing for 100 yards and it's like, well, how is it going to happen? Like, they're throwing it plenty, and I think that I saw today fantasy points. They're the second. I think they're second behind the Chargers in terms of the percentage of their targets that go to wide receivers. Like, they hardly throw to the running backs. They hardly throw to the tight end. It's just all the wide receivers. So it's going to get better. I still got to prefer BTJ here.
Yeah, it'll get better. Unless you think he really is just like going to be traumatized all year by that one hit he took in the preseason. I think the alligator arms and the ducking and look, he knows. He clearly has heard about it. The coaches have told him he's in the film room. He sees it. He knows. He knows he can't play that way. Right? I doubt it's going to continue. All right, Sonny. Got Bowers, Jonnu Smith, picked up Fannin. Needs. Go ahead. I know what you're thinking.
Yeah, I'm fine giving up Fannin for Charbonnet here. Like, I mean, you have Bowers. Why do you need two more tight ends? I know there's some risk Bowers wasn't going to play, but he played. I know Bowers didn't have a big game, but did any Raiders have a big game in that game? I mean, Geno Smith was terrible. He was still out there. Like, he ran like 80-something% of the routes. Like, he was fine. Geno Smith was terrible. Like, yeah, you don't need Harold Fannin Jr. I just go ahead and take Charbonnet.
Right. The two things that proved you don't need this in week 2 is number one, Bowers played. He's fine. And that's number one, number 2. Bowers played. He's fine. And Fannin did not dominate targets in week 2. And yeah, Joe Flacco is probably going to be out the door, which, I mean, I know that doesn't sound like it's a bad thing, but is it really going to get better with Dylan Gabriel? I don't know. All right. Cootie, who to start? Judkins, Sharp, or Scat?
I think it's got to be Judkins. Scattaboo, tough matchup this week. Charbonnet, I mean, look, if the Seahawks, if this continues to be a 50-50 after what we just saw, then you just have to wonder if, like, Mike McDonald is throwing games. Like, is he trying to throw games? Like, have you ever seen outside of, like, obviously, like, if Derrick Henry is struggling, you're going to keep giving Derrick Henry the ball. If Saquon Barkley is struggling, you're going to keep giving Saquon the ball. But like, if I don't know, if Trey Benson is struggling, the Cardinals aren't going to give Trey Benson the ball 15 times. What the heck was that? I've never seen a running back get the ball that much and be that bad. Like, that isn't the clear, like, only guy we have. Like, well, we have to give, like, no, like, and then the other guy is just out there making the defense look silly every time he touches the ball. And you're like, no, get over here with this other guy. And he's like, what are they doing in Seattle? Like, what is going on over there? Anyways, after that little rant, it's got to be Judkins.
It's got to be Judkins. Agree. Fly as Kane. It's funny. He dropped Shaheed over the weekend and is scrambling to get him back. But why?
Because he scored. He scored. I mean, look, he's certainly not a must roster. Like, yeah, he's rosterable, but I wouldn't say he's a must roster.
No, definitely not a must. He still has some value. He's asking tips for deciding who to hold. That's why we do this. It's a moving target, right? There is no magic formula. As I said, like, you have to hold this player. I mean, obviously, a player who's got a proven track record, you're going to give him a much longer leash than one who doesn't, or one who, again, with opportunity, touches, and usage. If you feel like it's going to go up, you hold. If you feel like it's going down, you cut. I mean, that's the overly simplistic way of stating it.
Yeah, and then I'll say the other thing is if it's not a proven player, like, we have some guys on our bench that you could consider starting. You're not dropping those guys. When we start getting into like this range, I'm purely thinking about potential upside. Like, I'm purely thinking about what could this player become? Like, you think about somebody like I don't know who's like a Khalil Shakir. What is Khalil Shakir going to become? Probably what he is, an okay flex most weeks, and every now and then he'll have a decent game. But then you look at somebody like Alec Ayamanor. He could be nothing, right? He could become nothing. He could just do nothing all year. But he could potentially like break out at some point and be like, a high upside play every week. I'd rather have that on my bench.
Right. You have to think upside and call it upside ceiling. Best case scenario, right? Can this guy help me win on a weekly basis and help me win my league? If the answer is no, I don't think it's ever going to happen, why do you have him on your roster?
Right.
Martin Beachy. Well, Kenneth Walker, Ashton Genty, or Jordan Mason? I'm going to assume this question is just for this week.
I think I still got to go Kenneth Walker. I mean, they're at home against the Saints. Even if he gets the usage he got last week, that is more than enough against the Saints. And again, they cannot do this again. Like, you can't, right? You cannot keep giving Zach Charbonnet the ball for 4-yard losses. Like, how does again, it's not just because I'm high on Kenneth Walker. It's just mind-boggling to me that you keep giving a guy the ball who keeps losing yards, and you just keep doing it. Like, this time it'll work, and like, this is your head just smacking the wall. This time it'll work. It's like, come on, do something different. I'm going
Walker. We had this discussion last night with Genty. Like, you're probably still starting him, and after seeing the game, we're like, okay, you don't have to. Like, you don't have to. Like, I'm not saying like absolutely cannot start him under any circumstances, but you have good options here. Yeah. Jersey B. Coleman, Kamara for AJ and Harrison.
I think you have to do this. I mean, this is exactly what we talk about when we say buy low. You got AJ Brown, who's been a bust so far. You got Marvin Harrison, who now everybody's like, oh, he's going to do this again, right? He's going to have that one nice game, and then he's going to disappear for 2 or 3 weeks. I mean, Kamara's solid. Coleman, I will say, has potential, but he's also got a ton. I mean, you got to take AJB and Harrison here. You have to. Even if it ends up being wrong, you have to.
Yeah, it's just on principle. No, you definitely have to do this. Like, even if Marvin Harrison takes absolutely no strides forward and does exactly the same as last year, he's going to be better than Keon Coleman. I'm almost sure of it. And the AJB, I'll do this in a heartbeat. All right, Juice wants to know Mason over Swift.
Yeah, I think so against the Bengals. Man, Swift, I don't know if you saw the stat today. The Bears lead the NFL in yards before contact per attempt. But DeAndre Swift is like one of the worst rushers right now. Like he looks bad, actually. He actually looks bad. But he's all they got for now, at least. But I think you got to prefer Mason this week against the Bengals.
Yeah, for now. Swift is still startable because he's going to get some receptions playing Dallas. But let's go Mason. He's getting all the touches. Clayton Poirier. Drop Purdy or Caleb for Mr. Jones.
You can drop either of these guys. No, Purdy's hurt. No one's picking him up. Caleb, yeah, you can drop either of these guys.
Agree. You can drop either or both. Brother Pickle. Welcome, Brother Pickle. Let's see. 2 running back, 1 flex PPR. Are you selling Connor and Tracy to buy Brees?
Probably. I mean, this is essentially Connor for Brees, right? I mean, look, I guess we can't completely give up on Tracy because it's not like we can't just proclaim Scadaboo's taking over the backfield already. Maybe this week it's Tracy again. You never know. But what is Tracy's upside in this offense, anyways? This is basically Connor for Brees. I'm pretty nervous that we're going to see more and more Benson as the year goes on. He's already pretty much taken over the passing work. I'll take Brees here.
Yeah, I can definitely take Brees here. Like you said, it's essentially Brees or Connor. Brees still has more upside here. Okay, let's see. By the way, just in case anybody's wondering, we're only sticking to super chats because we've got quite a bunch backed up. We don't want people to wait too long. We have a bunch from before we even got on, so that's why we're sticking to super chats for now. If you want to guarantee your question gets put on, that's pretty much the way to do it for now. Jameson Irwin put up a super chat. Thank you, Jameson. Don't see a question attached to it. So if I see your name again and there's a question, we will put it up and we'll answer it. Until that time, I'm still scrolling. Let's go to Ken and Audrey, Royal Roots LLC. All right. Ken and Audrey, welcome. Offer to trade Garrett Wilson and Juwan Johnson for Tyler Warren and Ladd. You're taking Warren and Ladd for those two.
I think I am. I know Ladd hasn't gotten off to a great start, and it's frustrating seeing Keenan Allen and Quentin Johnston get all the touchdowns so far, but Ladd hasn't been bad. It's really weird. It's like, I don't know if you've seen, like, I've seen all the clips and the pictures where it's like Ladd is wide open for like a huge chunk play, and Herbert just throws it to Keenan Allen for like 8 yards. It's like, what? Ladd is going to be better, and the Chargers again, they're throwing it a ton. They're through the first 2 weeks. They're first in week 2. Week 1, I think they were second. In week 2, I think they're first in pass rate over expectation. Like it's gonna go the other way, right? Like QJ and Keenan aren't going to score touchdowns every single game. It's like statistically impossible almost. So I'm going to take Ladd and Warren here.
Well, you know what? I'm going to take the other side just because I know this is a good time to buy Ladd. I mean, people are worried, right? We know this. We knew people would be panicked. I feel like Wilson is too much. I can't give up on Garrett Wilson. Justin Fields isn't done for the season. He might play this week, and even if he doesn't, okay, fine. Garrett Wilson, I still think is going to be a stud. I slightly prefer Warren to Johnson, yeah, but that's not really what makes this trade, right? Like both guys will be fine at tight end. I know. If you could give up a slightly lesser receiver, like if this was like Marvin Harrison and Juwan Johnson, all right, I'll take the Ladd side. But I don't know. I'm still high on Garrett Wilson. Sorry, Ken and Audrey. I don't know if that helps you. But
yeah, it didn't really help.
Now. Robert Perkey. Week 1 was rough. Week 2, much better. All right. Well, let's hope week 3 is much, much better. It is still a long season.
Yes.
You got a ton of Mason. Well, that's helpful.
That feels good right now.
All right. Then let's get to next up. Okay, Robert. Okay. Just a comment there. How about Jay Lewis, Goff or Knicks?
Oh, I gotta look at the matchups here because I know Goff tough matchup on the road against the Ravens. Broncos also tough matchup on the road against the Chargers. I think I probably just go Goff.
Yeah, even though it's road Goff, it's still he's going to have to throw the ball a fair amount. I think we're going to see through volume. He's going to put points again. Not that Knicks has been terrible, but I think Goff just has the upside. Jameson Irwin, here's a question. So Hawkinson, Hubbard, and Aaron Jones for Garrett Wilson, Ingram, and Monty.
I mean, give me the Garrett Wilson side. We're talking about a guy that's on IR, tight end that's done absolutely nothing. Chuba's fine, but come on, give me Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson side for sure.
Yeah, this is easily the Garrett Wilson side. And look, I'm not giving up completely on Hawkinson, but still, Hawk, Ingram, okay, whatever. You're getting Garrett Wilson. Do this. It's no, that's the side you're getting. Hopefully, that's the side you're getting.
Yeah.
All right, and then next is Patrick Poppy. Thoughts on this trade? Send JMO, get Tyler Warren. That's it. JMO for Warren. We got Hunter Henry. Those are the receivers.
I don't really want to trade Jameson for Warren, although I mean it's still early, but I will say I'm a little nervous for Jameson Williams. He only has a 13% target share through 2 games. Like, what's going on here? Who's he got? You got Higgins. I don't feel good about Higgins now. Pearsall, like Buka, Worth. Yeah, I mean, you don't really have like your wide receivers are okay, but you don't really have like any stud wide receivers here.
Yeah, I don't know if this helps the team enough.
Yeah. I'd rather just stream tight end.
Yep. Yeah, let's not do that right now. All right, Ron Scott, bench, Sharp, JCM, Henderson, Harvey Hill, and Pickens. Drop any of those guys for either Tootin or Scatterboo.
Oh man, I don't think
definitely not
drop
Pickens.
No, you can't drop Pickens. I assume that's Tyreek Hill. You can't just drop Tyreek Hill. I'm not dropping any Henderson. Of those rookies. I don't think I'm going to drop Charbonnet for these guys yet. I mean, again, I've ranted on it a couple of times, but apparently they're going to give this guy the ball way more times than they should. And we're just going to have to accept it.
Yeah, the only player here I would even think about dropping was Charbonnet. I'm on the fence. Like, the only thing I might do is Charbonnet for Scatterboo, because you're talking about maybe the starting running back for the Giants versus, well, he should be the backup running back, but is apparently still the 1B or whatever for Seattle. But maybe I could do Scatterboo for Charbonnet, but you don't need to do that. Cornelius Terry, what to do with Alvin Kamara? Are you keeping or are you trading for Chase Brown? I'll take Chase Brown.
I'm taking Chase Brown.
Or who would you go for before Alvin Kamara hits the ceiling? Is he about to hit a ceiling?
Nah, if you can get Chase Brown for Kamara, I'm doing that.
Yeah. Let's do that. If you can do that straight up, take Chase Brown. Brado blends, non-PPR. Swift, Hubbard, Walker. Pick 2.
I think it's got to be Chuba and Walker. I mean, I have Swift in the solid tier 2 because he gets all the touches here, and he gets the Cowboys.
Yeah, but it's non-PPR. He definitely takes a hit here. I mean, so does Chuba, but
man, Chuba gets that Falcons defense. I might go Swift and Walker this week just because he has such a good matchup. Like, are the Panthers going to score a touchdown against the Falcons? I don't know.
Yeah, it's been kind of rough for the Panthers. I don't know if it's going to get any better. Yeah, Walker is the clear starter here with non-PPR. Swift, Hubbard. All right, I don't want to keep saying different things. Let's go Swift. Spearsy, just saying what's up. Wants to say thanks. He got Juwan Johnson. Well done. Yeah, well, I think he'll still be pretty solid going forward. All right, what about Clambino again? Bo, Nix, Kyler, Murray.
I think I'm gonna go Murray this week.
Yeah, I think Murray's probably gonna give you a little more upside. You know what would be nice? Bo Nix actually started running again, like a little bit.
Yeah, well, he did run 8 times in week 1 and only went for 18 yards though. And I will say this: Kyler's run for over 30 yards in each of the first 2 games, so I'm gonna go Kyler.
Let's go Kyler for upside. Hawkinson, Ertz, or Juwan Johnson? It was Juwan Johnson.
Juwan Johnson, definitely Juwan Johnson.
And then trade alert possible: Bucky Irving for Debo and AJB.
I mean, you got to take Debo. You got to take Debo and AJB here. Like, you just got to. I mean, if AJB is this year's biggest bust, okay, I'm going down with the ship. It is what it is. But look, Bucky Irving does not look good through the first 2 games. He's averaging 3.6 yards per carry. By the way, Rachaad White in the same exact offense leads all running backs with, I forget what the minimum carries amount is, in rushing success rate. All running backs. So you can't just you can't blame like, oh, the offensive line is decimated. Rachaad White's running behind the same decimated offensive line. Like, Rachaad White looked pretty good last night. I'm not out on Bucky, of course. You're still starting Bucky, but we talked about it. Like, it's efficiency is the least sticky thing year over year. That efficiency is not, way up like it was last year. He's not going to be nearly as good. So, and if Rachaad White keeps playing like this, he might even start losing touches. But I'm just going to take a chance on A.J. Brown here.
Well, it probably is somewhat significant that at the very end of the game, to win the game, they gave the ball to Rachaad White, not Bucky Irving. It doesn't mean it's going to flip completely on its head. Like, Rachaad White's going to be an RB1 this year and Bucky Irving's droppable. But still, you got to do this trade anyways. Calicit. Well, we already answered this. Is Shakir droppable, but for like QJ or Troy Franklin?
Yeah, I probably prefer QJ because we know he's involved in this offense. Like, it's not like, oh, was that a one? Like, no, we've seen it now 2 weeks. And then Tracy droppable for Judkins. Yeah, Judkins is a must-have.
Yeah, do both of those. All right, then we have Mando drop Fannin Sharps for Daniel Jones because he's got JD.
I mean, I assume you got Bowers. You can drop Fannin.
Yeah. If you have Bowers, exactly.
You can.
Blair Davis, what's up? Needs advice. 12-team league. Got Dallas Goedert and Jonnu Smith. Would you drop either of those for Fannin?
I mean, you can drop Dallas Goedert, I think. I mean, even if Dallas Goedert comes back, he's coming back to an Eagles team that's barely been throwing the ball right now. So, and you got to think A.J. Brown's going to get better here. So I think you can drop Dallas Goedert for Fannin.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not actively seeking to add Harold Fannin too much anymore, but if you want to take a shot, it's okay. Henry Odom lost Burrow, but look at the choices. Now you got Jake Browning, Jared Goff, or Jones.
Well, I know Daniel Jones is playing great, but I don't think I can prefer him over Jared Goff. Like, Jared Goff's been proven for a couple seasons now. Like, the wheels could fall off for Daniel Jones at any moment. I feel much better about Jared Goff. I'm going Goff.
Yeah, and specifically this week, the matchup, as I said, Jared Goff, we're going to have to air it out a lot to keep up with Baltimore. I'm definitely adding Goff here. That's your first choice. You know what? If you end up with Jones, you're totally fine. Got that rushing upside. Do you grab Purdy? If you have Goff, why do you need Purdy, right? You don't.
Right.
I mean, I don't think so. All right, Juice. Oh, okay. This is just some Spencer Rattler propaganda. All right, so you can drop Olave, but we're gonna hype up Rattler. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, not my first choice. That's for sure.
But not the worst choice. Joe is offering Pickens Mason for Rome Fair. It's fair. It's not unfair. But would you do it? Is a different question.
I mean, it'd be hard for me to trade Romo Dunze right now without getting like somebody really good. Like, yeah, I don't think it's like an insulting offer or anything, but like, if I'm going to trade Romo Dunze, I got to feel really good about the players I'm getting back. I like Pickens and Mason, but I mean, you could try it. But if it was me, I would not trade Romo Dunze for this.
He's trying to get Rome. So do you feel like you're giving up too much to get Rome there? If he's got Pickens and Mason, you do that?
Oh,
then?
no. If I have Romo Dunze, I'm saying no to this for sure. No way. I mean, like, look, it's only been 2 weeks. Maybe Romo Dunze cools off and isn't this good all year. It's certainly possible, but maybe Romo Dunze just actually needed a way better system to actually show the potential. Because, I said this on some videos this offseason, and I got so much heat from people like, oh, come on, he's nowhere near the prospect of like Neighbors or BTJ. Because, of course, Neighbors and BTJ were so much better than him last year that people just think, oh, wasn't that good. But when you look at them just as prospects before they ever came into the NFL, yes, I would argue he was a better prospect than BTJ. I still would say Neighbors was a better prospect than Romo Dunze, but Romo Dunze wasn't that far behind Neighbors. Like, this isn't like some random dude coming out of nowhere. Like, this is a very good player who was stuck in a horrible situation last year. I don't want to trade away like this huge year 2 breakout. As much as I like Pickens and Mason, like, I don't want to trade that away.
Yeah. So if you can get Rome here, it's worth it. Again, as long as it doesn't hurt your depth too much, which I don't think it will. I doubt it. C. Lewis, 74. Trade AJB for Cortland Sutton.
I think I still have to prefer AJ Brown here. I still have to prefer AJ Brown. Like, Sutton's fine, but I'd rather just keep AJ Brown.
Yeah, this feels like it's not low. Like, getting Cortland Sutton's not nothing. It's not like you're trading him for Troy Franklin, but yeah, this is not a good time to sell AJB. Don't give up on him yet. Justin O'Grady, what is up? Okay, 3 receiver, 2 running back flex. Dak Fields, Puka London, Wilson, Pickens, Kirk Leggett, Ferg, Chig, Banny, Cook, Connor. There's a lot of players here. Rate and opinion. Getting
QB should be fine. Puka London. I mean, wide receivers are good. Tight ends are tight ends. Running backs could get better as the year goes on, but you got James Cook at least. Get Chiggy with it. That's always a good name. So it gets you an extra quarter point. I'll say 8.5. Good team. Good 12-team here for sure.
Yeah. I do have a dynasty team with that exact same name, so I'm with it. Yeah, this is a very good team. You're not relying on Fields, so that helps. Dak is totally solid here. Kirk, Leggett is looking pretty droppable. Very droppable. Yeah, I don't think you really need to do anything. I love your receivers. Got Cook, got Connor. Yeah, I think you're good enough at running back. I would like some better running back depth, but otherwise you're still pretty good here. So I'd give him like 8.5. Damian B. Pickens, Hampton, Mason, Njoku, Tillman, Henderson, Golden, Shaheed, Hunter, Sampson, Kirk, and Likely. Should I start dropping or trading?
I mean, depending on who's on the waiver wire, I'm fine like dropping Sampson.
Likely. Don't need Likely.
I mean, you don't need Likely, I guess. I mean, if there's a better tight end on the waiver wire, I'd go for it. Because Njoku stuck splitting with Fannin. Trading, like, I don't really see any obvious. I mean, I might be trying to sell high on Hampton. I know it's hard to say sell high on Hampton because he's had 2 bad games, but there are still plenty of people who believe that this guy will be a stud this year. I'm like, okay, there's some bad signs for Genty right now. Like, the offensive line is terrible. We're starting to see like Dylan Lobb and Zamir White on passing downs for some reason, but I still think Genty will be fine. I still think Genty will be fine. I'm getting pretty nervous for Hampton. Like, we're talking about a team that is throwing the ball at an insanely high rate. Najee Harris, dare I say, didn't look bad last night, and he's only gonna, get more involved, and he's that vet. They're gonna start trusting him. I'm getting a little nervous for Hampton here, so I might try to sell high on Hampton if I can.
Yeah, and I'm not ready. Again, 2 games, still plenty of season left. He's a rookie, etc., all that. But I'm kicking myself because that a lot of the preseason I was like, Hampton's going too soon. I don't want Hampton. He's it's going to be a timeshare, all this stuff. It's like, and then as we got on, and then the Najee injury, I'm like, okay, fine. Hampton's he's going to be a league winner. Let's go. Like, I had the feeling all along, and now I'm like kicking myself for going back on it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Cornelius, speaking of Ashton-Jeanty, well, here we go. We holding on, or do you shop him?
I mean, I'm okay holding on or shopping him. But again, I'm not. You don't want to be selling low here. Like, I'm not trading Ashton-Jeanty to get like Jordan Mason. Even though I like Jordan Mason, Aaron Jones is going to come back. Like, I'm not trading Ashton-Jeanty to get like, Cam Scatteraboo in the Giants offense. I'm not doing that. But like, if somebody still is like, hey, I think this guy is still going to be worth, a first round, like his first round pick. Like, maybe somebody's like, I don't want AJ Brown anymore. Yeah, I'll trade Ashton-Jeanty for AJ Brown. I'll take AJ Brown. Or somebody's like, I'm terrified that BTJ he's gonna be a total bust this year. Yeah, I'll take BTJ. But like, I don't want to trade Ashton-Jeanty for like, Deebo Samuel. No.
Right. Don't look at total fantasy points after 2 weeks and make your decision based on that, right? Yeah, I mean, I guy like that, I generally just want to wait and see. He will get better, almost surely. Hampton's a little different, right? Hampton has got another veteran running back who they signed before him, and he's gonna split touches. Jeanty is not gonna split touches unless he just happens to somehow be really bad in the NFL. I still don't think that's gonna happen. All right, Cody, back to that question, potential option C's besides Stafford and Stroud. Not a lot better. Like any of these guys better? Would you just throw Mac Jones in there?
No, but I like Darnold this week. Again, at home against the Saints, I'll roll with Darnold this week.
All right, there you go. So that was yeah, good enough. Okay, Martin Beachy, another one here. I think, is this the same one? Jeanty, Walker, Mason. I think we said Walker, right?
Yeah, Walker. Definitely Walker.
All right, there you go, Martin. You don't have to sell Jeanty, but you also don't have to start him. Hooks. Let's see. Got offered Chuba for Javonte Williams.
Oh, man. Oh, this is tough.
My gut reaction is I'll take Chuba, but obviously Javonte's been pretty good so far. The question is, does he keep it up?
I mean, why not? And he's in the much better offense. I'd rather have the Cowboys running back. And Jadon Blue, I mean, come on, this guy hasn't even been active yet. Like, can't even get active over Miles Sanders. Like, come on. I mean, Chuba's certainly safer here, but I don't know. This is close. This is really close. I think I'm leaning slightly Chuba, but man, there's a part of me that feels like Javonte's just going to do it this year.
Yeah, no, I know this is definitely close. Now, if it's me, I'm sticking. Well, you're saying you got offered to get Chuba. Yeah, I would take Chuba. All right. I don't think it's gonna be a huge lopsided, L either way. Money Mitch, 2 flex, no kicker. Very nice. Trade Nico for JT. Has Henry, but okay. There's a need of running back.
I mean, there's a need at running back, but I mean, it's not like wide receivers. He's going to be left with Evans, Igbuka, McLaurin. I mean, I guess that's okay.
He's got Addison and Rice.
Well, that's true. I think you got to take JT here. I mean, JT's usage has been insane. He looks great. Like, every year people I hear these people fading JT for no reason. Like, I don't know. I mean, they have their reasons, but it doesn't make sense. Right? People fading like, yeah, he's not actually good or whatever. It's, the offense or this. It's like that doesn't make just take the play.
I'm taking JT. I think even in a vacuum here, without knowing your roster, I might just take JT. What's up with the Texans? I know Nico is still a guy I'm starting and still a guy I'm not giving up on or anything, but what is going on in Houston? But yeah, just give me JT.
Yeah.
Bullman, what is up? Traded Chubb for Pittman. It's not quite a blockbuster, but is that a win?
I mean, if you got Pittman, this is a win because, first of all, like Woody Marks, not saying like it's going to happen, but he looked pretty good last night in spurts. It could start happening. And I don't know that Mixon is out for the entire season here. Maybe, but I mean, I got to think Mixon will come back at some point. Maybe, hopefully. So I think if you got Pittman here, you definitely won.
I don't know if Mixon's coming back at any point, but I don't think it matters. I think if you get any usable player for Chubb, it's probably a win. Zach Pettit, drop Mooney in Hollywood. Franklin.
Negative.
No.
I mean, if you want to drop Mooney for Wandale, I guess I'm okay with that. But I don't think you need to.
Mooney is still going to be serviceable throughout the season, right? I think Mooney is going to be fine. Yeah, I don't know if I would do that. You could. I mean, you're worried. He's like, well, I have neighbors. I mean, I don't know. It's like, what, are we handcuffing our top wide receiver? You could. No, I don't think I would, though. Alex Sanchez, how can I improve this team? Superflex, got Josh and Lamar. Wow. And Superflex? Nice.
What? How is that even possible?
Yeah.
Had to be a trade. Had to be a trade.
All right. Genti, Kamara, T. Mac, Ibuka, Pickens, Juwan Johnson. On the bench is Dak, Pearsall, Ridley, Brown, Loveland.
So you have Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Dak. Jeez. Is this like a 4-teamer? How did you do this? I mean, the only thing you don't have is like a wide receiver 1. I'm wondering if you traded like your wide receiver 1 for one of those QBs or something. But I don't.
Oh yeah, that's true. There isn't.
I don't really know how you improve this. I don't know how you improve this team. I mean, you could ride up. Maybe you could package like. Nah, I can't even do that. Yeah, I don't. This is you should be. I mean, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson alone, you should be fine.
Are there no running backs on the bench at all? I don't see. All I see is Genti Kamara. I don't see anybody else.
Yeah, I wonder if he traded like his wide receiver 1 and like a running back on his bench for Josh or Lamar or something.
I don't know. You can drop Loveland, pick up some RB depth with upside. There's not a lot of tradable assets, really. Like, I think I like Ridley and Pearsall enough. Keep them. Maybe you're like, okay, I can trade Igbuka to get a good running back, and then I'm fine starting Ridley / Pearsall. Maybe that just improves the balance of your team overall. That's about it. Yeah, those quarterbacks alone probably win you each week.
Right.
Mobbin. Would you trade away JSN for Jalen Warren and AJB?
No way. Why take on the risk here when you have JSN? JSN's been awesome the first 2 weeks, and why would that really change? Like, he's gonna get a massive target share this year. There is no way. Like, no need to take on the risk of AJB when you already have JSN.
Yeah, and it's funny because he's asking us, like, well, I'm hurting an RB. Jalen Warren would help. I don't do this to get Jalen Warren. He's not going to be the answer to your problems.
No.
All right.
I mean, you have Hampton, Kyron, and Judkins. Like, I know Hampton's been bad, but just put Judkins in this week. I would start Judkins over Hampton this week. Honestly, I easily would. Easily.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. I think you'll be all right. Carlos Mejia. Can add either Ferguson or Kraft. Okay, well, it's
got to be Kraft. I mean, look, Kraft isn't probably going to do what he did last week again, but I mean, this is a guy we were already talking up all off season as like a great tight end, and he's just been great. It's got to be Kraft.
Yeah, absolutely Kraft. Keep in mind, Jaden Reed going to be out several more weeks. Christian Watson's still not there. Kraft is going to see not just a good amount of targets, but he, for a tight end, actually gets deep targets, right? That's rare. Not too many tight ends do that. He gets them. So definitely Kraft. Tyler Sperry needs 2, Stafford, Kyron, or Mason.
Well, I assume this must be super flex. I think I feel good enough about Stafford that I can put him in the super flex. And then I think, I know Mason gets the Bengals here, but I think I still prefer Kyron to Mason.
Yeah, I know there are some concerns here with Kyron. Blake Corum scored a touchdown, all that, but it doesn't mean we're dropping him off the map here. He's still a startable running back. Yeah, Stafford's good enough quarterback. If it's super flex, you just start him. All right, we got the Black Mamba. As James Conner wants to trade him, what wide receiver could you possibly get for James Conner?
I think you can still get. I don't know how I talk. Let me see. Who did I talk about in the buy low video? Because I know I put James Conner on there a couple times to sell high. I mean, he's got name value. He's been pretty good the first 2 games. It's not like he was bad. He scored. Who did I put in here? Let me see. I mean, maybe Marvin Harrison. If people are panicked, like, oh, he's going to do this again, I would take Marvin Harrison. Who else? I think I put him in here another time, didn't I? Maybe that was the only time I put him in there.
You could probably get a Calvin Ridley. You think that's probably enough?
Oh, I think James Conner could easily get you a Calvin Ridley. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, someone like that. I think it's worth it. Yeah, maybe after coming off a bad game, Cortland Sutton, you could probably get someone like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Sutton definitely. Jacoby Myers. I would take Jacoby Myers. Pickens. You might be able to get Pickens.
Oh, yeah.
I would take Pickens.
There you go. All right, Cali Kid needs to drop Benson, Chubb, or Aaron Jones to get Judkins.
Chubb. I'm dropping Nick Chubb. Bye-bye Chubb. Give me the new Nick Chubb.
Exactly. And then are any of these players droppable? Jennings, Moore, Tillman, for Godwin.
I could drop Tillman for Godwin. No, you can't drop DJ Moore or Jawan Jennings.
No, but you can drop Tillman. He's been good, right? He scored a couple touchdowns, but it's going to probably not get any better for him or the Browns in general. Yeah, get Godwin here. All right, Alexis Aguilar. Traded Swift and Pickens for Nico. Is that a dub? I think so.
Yeah, I know it didn't look good last night, but come on. This is Nico Collins. It's been 2 games. It wasn't like it was great last year. It wasn't like, oh, this passing attack is so amazing. Like, Nico's going to be fine. I'll take Nico.
Yeah, it's still high on Pickens rest of the season, but yeah, give me Nico as well. That's a good one. Alex Soberon. Should I grab Drake May, Jordan Love, or Jared Goff to replace Burrow?
This one is tough because Patriots get the Steelers this week, and they've been so bad on defense. Like, what is going on in Pittsburgh? But I think I still got to prefer. Like, Goff's one of those guys you can pretty much just set and forget the rest of the year almost. So probably just go Goff so I don't have to think about it.
Yeah. There's that also. My renewed distrust of Josh McDaniels in the offense, and Drake May. it'll be up and down. I mean, like Drake May will be solid. He does run, but still. And Jared Goff is in the offense that actually cuts it loose in the passing game. The other two, they prefer to run. Alex also wants to know, should I start Devonta Smith or Judkins this week?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm going Judkins, but let me make sure here. I got I actually have them both as flexes, but you know what? Give me Judkins. Give me the running back. I mean, he got 13 touches on 19 snaps last week. That's absurd. Like, he could touch the ball 20 times this week. Like, I'll just take Judkins.
Yeah, Devonta Smith continues to be Devonta Smith, right? Once in a while, he'll have a monster game, and when he doesn't, you're just like, what are you doing? You never know when that big game is going to come. I think Judkins is good enough. Panicking on Mike Evans, no.
No, he's probably going to have another rough game this week because now he's got to go against Sauce Gardner. It's kind of crazy how brutal the schedule has been for Mike Evans the first 3 weeks. AJ Terrell, Derek Stingley Jr., and now Sauce, but no panic here. Although I will say I'm a little nervous. I don't want to say I'm panicked, but I am a little nervous because I saw some stats today. They're running almost hardly any pre-snap motion, almost hardly any play action. And Baker Mayfield, I know he's put up good fantasy numbers, but man, he's not been great as far as like his accuracy and stuff this year so far. So I'm a little nervous on that front, but I'm not panicking yet.
Right. Too early to panic. I mean, don't do anything crazy with him. All right, Joe, now prioritize these guys on the waiver wire, Tootin Jennings, Troy Franklin.
Jennings has to be number one here. I mean, he's the wide receiver one for the 49ers right now. I'll put Tootin second, Franklin third.
Yep, good with that. And then Julio, rest of the season, needs to drop one and one of each, I guess. 1 and 1, Judkins or Benson.
I can't drop. If you got to drop one, it's Benson.
Golden, Pearsall, or JMO. You have to drop one of those?
You have to drop one of these?
Huh. I don't want to, but I think it probably would have to be Golden.
I guess so, but man, the problem with dropping Golden is as soon as he has that big game, it's over. You lost. You can't get him back.
Right. I guess you got no choice. All right. Miranda Natera, welcome back. Trade ideas here. All right, we got Kyler Fields, CMC Bucky, Javonte Mason, Harvey Hampton, BTJ Evans, Ted Pickens Reed, Warren. Like to upgrade at wide receiver. Worried about CMC long term?
You can't be worried. He's healthy. There hasn't been any. Apparently, it was just a cramp right before the game week 1. We haven't heard anything. It's not like he's not missing practice. It's not like he got dinged. Like, no, he's fully healthy. You can't worry. If he gets hurt at some point, he gets hurt at some point. You're talking about the best running back in fantasy. You can't. You just have to cross your fingers that he makes it all season. You can't trade away him because you're scared that at some point he might get hurt. Like, you're literally trading away the best running back in fantasy. You just gotta, every week you just gotta hold your breath and hope he makes it through the game. But if he does, you're happy because he dominates. Let's see. Well, BTJ, not a good time to trade him. Evans, Ted, Pickens, Reed. Yeah, I mean, I don't see. I mean, I would say maybe you could try to sell high on like a Javonte or a Mason right now. Like, not a bad, like, I like Jordan Mason. Talked him up all off season, but this isn't a bad time to sell high on Jordan Mason. Everybody knows Aaron Jones is out for the next 4 weeks. He's going to be the starting running back, but Aaron Jones didn't die. Like, Aaron Jones is coming back. You know what I mean? Like,
eventually. Yeah,
he's going to come back. So, I mean, if you could sell high on Jordan Mason, and get a wide receiver, I think I would try to do that.
Yeah, I would say, though, like, I don't feel like Mason probably has a lot of perceived value right now. The guy who's definitely got value now is Javonte because he's scored touchdowns. You probably would get much more for Javonte, and just based on name from last year, Bucky. I know you'd get more for Bucky. This running back room is deep. I mean, even if we're like, okay, maybe Hampton's not it, maybe Harvey won't touch the ball, I wouldn't give up on them, and you're not getting anything much for them right now. Maybe, right? Maybe someone still believes in Hampton. But I think you could get away with trading either Bucky or Javonte and get a really good receiver back. And I think that would probably help your team overall. If that's Reed, if that's Jaden Reed, which I assume it is, and probably drop Jaden Reed. Yeah, that's those are my thoughts, but don't do anything with CMC for sure. No. Duke, should I trade Etienne, Harrison, and Jalen Warren for Pollard and Igbuka?
I don't think I'd do this. I don't think so. I mean, I like Igbuka, I like Pollard, but the problem for me for Pollard right now, he's not going to catch hardly any passes in this offense. Cam Ward would rather run around in the backfield for 8 seconds than just dump it off to Tony Pollard for like a 10-yard gain. He's like, why would I do that when I could run around in the backfield for 8 seconds and then chuck it a prayer down the field? Like, he just does not. He will not check it down. It's like, I don't even think he knows how. Like, if Brian Callahan was like, check it down, he's like, what does that mean? I don't know what are you saying? Like, what does that even mean? I don't think he even knows. So I think I still have to prefer Etienne and Harrison to Pollard and Igbuka.
Yeah. This feels like a slight overpay to get Igbuka, but I think you have to prefer Etienne as of right now. And Harrison, yeah, still I can't put Igbuka quite over him. So, no, wouldn't do that. Yeah, you know that stat, all the fun stats we look at, for quarterbacks, the passing stats, they have that hero throw percentage. Guaranteed Cam Ward's going to be among the leaders there at the end of the season.
Well, I saw the stat today. It's like on plays on throws where the play lasts longer than like 4.5 seconds, which is insane. That's an insanely long time for the NFL. He's like 5 for 10. It's like no other quarterback even has like, I think 2 completions on throws for that. Because when you're back there for that long, either number one, like you have an insane pocket where you're just standing there, which is very rare, or you're running for your life and it's like a throwaway. No, he's like literally that touchdown to Iomanor. I think they said it was like 8 seconds before he threw the ball. 8 seconds.
That's
just dump it off to Tony Pollard for the easy first down.
No, it's easy. Yeah, doesn't want easy. Easy didn't get him to be the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. All right. That's what makes him special. Tyler C. So here are the other quarterbacks available. T-Law, Geno, Stroud, Darnold, Russ, Stafford. Going with Darnold here, this group again?
Yeah, it's going to go with Darnold this week. Sell high on Waddle. I mean, I don't know. Could you get Judkins for Waddle right now?
I would think so. Yeah.
I think I'd rather have Judkins.
What about? Probably not. Like, is Mason? Is that enough to get Jordan Mason for Waddle? You would be happy with that?
Yeah, I was thinking about Mason, but again, I mean, we've got to remember, like, Aaron Jones is coming back at some point.
Right. I mean, look, we're thinking long term upside. This might be the time to buy a TreVeyon Henderson or RJ Harvey and hope that it happens for them. I think it will at some point, right? We can't be out on these guys after 2 games as rookie running backs. So right. I think this is a good time to buy low on those guys.
Yeah.
All right. Anthony just hopping in here. Wants to know about Omari and Hampton. We did talk about him quite a bit in the beginning.
Yeah, and if you watch, well, obviously you didn't, but if you watch the running back start sit video, I'm saying no to Hampton this week. I need to see a couple things change. Number one, I need to see the Chargers run the ball more. Just that right there. I mean, when he's only getting 8 carries, like what can he really do? And number 2, I need to see less Najee, not more Najee.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is not just that there's another running back in the mix. Is they're not running the ball as much as we thought they would. They're letting Herbert run the offense, which, rightfully so, and it's working. But that's not exactly what we want. We've got Amari and Hampton. So I think just bench for now. Santiago, needs to drop a receiver. Sutton for Odunze? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know why Odunze's on the waiver wire, but
yeah, it's pretty
I would
insane.
take Odunze over Sutton for sure.
That is, that's kind of insane if Odunze's on waivers. All right, what about Humberto Juarez? Welcome back. Got Johnson. Can we get rid of Ingram or Franklin?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Sure, I guess. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if next week you're asking if I can drop Troy Franklin for insert hot waiver wire pickup for this week. But yeah, I mean, you got Juwan. You don't really need Ingram.
Right. I think it's fine. I don't feel like Ingram is a must hold either. Cali Kid again now. Drop any of these guys. Hollywood Downs, Harvey, Jennings, Swift, or Scattaboo, or Mixon, or Tootin.
Well, I'll say Downs. You can definitely drop Downs. He's only ran 54% of the routes this year. He's only out there on 3 wide receiver sets. And you got Tyler Warren taking those short intermediate targets. And now you got Pittman and Alec Pierce taking like the deep and some short targets, right? Like what is his role in this offense? Like, yeah, I never understood the Downs hype this year. I think I guess Scattaboo has to be number one because he looks like the guy in New York, but man, I really kind of want to pick up Tootin because I feel like if Tootin does, take over Etienne, like if Etienne starts to fade as he usually does and Tootin ramps up, I think I might prefer Tootin, but I think right now you got to go Scattaboo.
Yeah, exactly. Downs is easily droppable. Man, as far as Mixon, I really don't feel like he's going to play it all this season. We've heard nothing, not even anything positive. We just heard nothing. Like it just does not exist anymore. Marcos Alvarado dropped the super chat earlier. Here's the question. It's a 14-man league. Got Baker, CMC, Jacobs, Devontae, Debo, Strange, Kittle on IR, and Pickens on the bench. Rodgers, Benson, Braylon. Maybe there's another question.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
Well, if that's Aaron Rodgers, what are we doing here? Let's see. Here's more. Okay. Rodgers, Braylon, Benson, Dobbs, Godwin. I don't know. Are we just doing a lineup maybe?
Maybe. I mean, even in 14-teamer, do you really need Aaron Rodgers when you got Baker? I don't know. I mean, you're starting CMC and Jacobs, of course. I'm not starting any of those bench guys over your starters, so I'm leaving the lineup as is. But yeah, I mean, if there's somebody on the waivers worth picking up, I can drop Aaron Rodgers in a 1 QB.
Okay, and he had this is spread out over several comments. He said, rate this team for 14-teamer, and also wants to know if he should trade any receivers. I don't think you have enough to trade.
Yeah, I don't know what you would really trade here. I mean, you got Devontae, Debo, Pickens, and then Godwin's hurt. Dobbs is Dobbs. I don't think you can really trade. As far as rate, I mean, you got CMC Jacobs. That's pretty nice. I mean, your receivers have upside. Tight end will be great when Kittle's back. Baker's fine. So starting lineup is pretty good for a 14-teamer. Bench is a little rough, but it's a 14-teamer. The bench is probably going to be rough. I'll say 8.25.
Yeah, the bench could use some work. Again, I'm not sure where you have Rodgers. You can drop him. But, in a few weeks, this will look better when Godwin's playing, when Kittle is back. This probably will wind up being more like an 8.5 team. It's 14-teamer. It's pretty good. All right. Still doing the super chats. We're getting caught up here, so hang tight if you did super chat. But also, don't forget, DraftLane. Not sure if you're aware, we have an app called DraftLane. And so there it is. Download it if you haven't yet. You may be wondering what it's about. Just try it. There it is. This QR code. It's a free download. Check it out. Remember, you can sync Yahoo Leagues, Sleeper Leagues with it. It'll show you your standings. And this is the way you can ask a question, just like you're asking on here, and you can do it at any time on the app. Waiver wire We have advanced trade where we can actually look. It's like we're there with you. We can actually look at not just your roster, but everybody in your league and dive into all the rosters and make a lot of complicated decisions for you. Who you should trade with, who the best trade partners are. So, anyways, try it out right now. If you use code Endgame when you first sign up, new users on DraftLane, you get 10 free credits. So no risk. We do have several questions on DraftLane. Figure should we do one of those right now before we move on?
Yeah, let's do another one. Let's do it.
Let's do it because we don't want those to pile up. We got a few. All right, so let's see here. Got a few options. How about another waiver wire one? You could do ask a question. Which one is striking?
We got a lot of questions now. We're gonna have to go through these. I mean, probably should do another waiver wire, right? That's kind of what we're doing tonight.
Yeah, it's
Tuesday. It's important. Like start sits. No offense, but they can wait. You don't have to make a start sit decision tonight.
True, you got time, but we will answer these as soon as we get to them. Half PPR. Thinking about Troy Franklin, who to drop. Also Fields, bleh. Grab a QB. I love it. He said bleh. He meant bleh. All right, let's see.
Let's see.
So there's Fields.
Yeah. And then BTJ, Kamara, Pollard, Ferguson, Ridley, Charbonnet. I mean, Downs I think is droppable. Gordon's droppable. Yeah, I mean, Kendry's droppable. We don't have to drop these guys, but I'm just saying, like, if there's good players on the waiver wire, I mean, Giddens. If there's good players on the waiver wire, Giddens droppable. I mean, he's not a must, but
all right. Let's see now. So we can drop those guys. No worries there. So here's what I was talking about. Click on waivers, and we can see exactly what it looks like. So this, and we can also do that search feature if there's a specific player we want to look for.
Well,
yeah, the waivers are pretty thin from what I can tell.
Yeah, there's no running backs worth picking up. What about wide receiver?
Belay scored a touchdown, believe it or not.
I guess might as well pick up Franklin, right?
Yeah. And Devontae Walker's a guy. Yeah, he scored 2 touchdowns. No. Not going to chase that.
What about QB? Because maybe there's a better QB this week than Fields, but no, there isn't. Holy moly! What the? This is all that's left on the waivers.
I do see. Do you see a name there?
Look at this league. What is this? How is this all that's on the waivers?
Is it really? Okay, come on. Who? Give me some names here besides Joe Flacco. Let's see. Daniel Jones can't be available, can he?
No, he can't be.
Mac Jones.
All right, might go Mac Jones.
All right, and then let's see. We're running back. It may not show up here. Let's see. Who could be? I doubt Judkins is out there.
No, he would show up here for sure.
Tootin? Maybe Tootin's out there.
Maybe you can search, but I doubt it. I feel like he would show up here.
Yeah, he's not there. All right, let's keep it like that for now. Pick up Troy Franklin. Wait, who was the other one I said?
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones. All right. There we go. You can bench Fields this week, even if he plays. There we go. All right. There we go. And then you see some people ask questions like rate my team. Ask a question that could be anything, hopefully fantasy football related, start sit, pretty straightforward. But again, that's your way that you can reach out to us anytime. Use the app, try it out, risk-free, code Endgame, 10 free credits, try it out. All right. There it is. Back to Super Chats. Raul Gomez. Bucky Irving, Kyron Williams. Somebody still rostering Caleb Johnson. Wow. Isaiah Pacheco. We can drop Caleb Johnson, I'm pretty sure.
Steelers. I mean,
my drop.
His claim to fame is going to be letting that kickoff go into the end zone for a touchdown for the other team.
You know what? I still think he could actually go on to have a pretty good career in the UFL. Jamar Chase, Garrett Wilson, Waddle Jennings, Judy looking to trade wide receiver for RB depth. Well, I think this would be a great time to trade Waddle, like you mentioned, or Judy.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know what you're going to get for Judy right now, but Waddle at least has some name value coming off a nice game. But I mean, you got Bucky and Kyron, so I don't think it's a must. But again, if maybe you can still get Judkins, because Judkins didn't have, he's on the Browns, so nobody saw it. He didn't have a big game. He didn't have a big play. Like, there's nobody showing highlights of like, wow, you see what Quinshon Judkins did? Like, he's still kind of going under the radar. He didn't have a massive game. I still think there's a chance here.
Yeah, agree with that. This prompted the question by Muslim, can I drop Caleb Johnson? Yes, you can. Steven, saying that the panic on AJB is hilarious. Yeah, we've seen people panic over much better players in a much shorter time. But anyways, unloaded. Do you remember last year people were legit panicking on Jamar Chase early in the season?
Yes. I mean, look, yeah, Jamar Chase for like 5 or 6 games was just kind of like okay. And then he won your league.
Right. It says unloaded Golden first and second to get AJB in Dynasty. What do you think about that? Golden first and a second to get AJ Brown. I mean, it's a decent amount. It's Dynasty. AJ Brown's still not very, very old, but
right.
Would you do that?
I mean, yeah, I think so. I mean, unless Golden goes off the rest of the season, I mean, you're only giving up one first and a first and a second for AGB is not enough. So yeah, I think this is a good deal in Dynasty.
Yeah, still like Golden. I mean, I don't feel like he's going to get to AJB level necessarily, especially in that offense, but I feel like it's fair. I think it's fair. Obviously for a team that might be younger, doesn't have to be rebuilding. Like, I hate to say rebuild because it's not like either you're win now or you're rebuilding. Like, there are in between. Not that you want to be in between, but you don't have to be like hard reset rebuild. But for a younger team, I think that's fair return. Get Golden and those draft picks. But as far as you getting AJB, sure, why not? All right, now let's do Juice. Wants to know in PPR, are you going Mason or Igbukah?
I think I still got to go with Igbukah here. Let me make sure that I think I got both in the solid tier. Yeah, they're both solid. Igbukah is a wide receiver. He's not going to face a lot of sauce. I think I'm going Igbukah.
Yeah, in PPR, I'm still going to give the edge to Igbukah. He'll obviously be involved. Mason's solid, but the thing is, PPR, he's still not a pass-catching running back. I don't think he will be. So close, but Igbukah. Now this is not Ant-Man, but Anth-Man. 21-24. Better waiver wire claim Woody Marks or Kyle Monangai. Actually, I'm gonna take this one if that's okay, because
take it.
Beat the Breakout is coming out. Was it coming out tomorrow? No, the next day. One of those days. The stash video, we're talking about not the guys you need to pick up right here, right now, but if you have room, stash. And let's face it, these guys are stashes, right? You're not starting either of these guys this week, maybe ever. We don't know. Early in the week, I had Monangai. I was like, I'm kind of like I had Caleb Williams at quarterback. And then I saw the Bears game, and I'm like, okay, we can wait on this. And I put Woody Marks in because after we saw last night, look, he didn't do a whole lot. He got 3 carries. Week 1, he got 3 carries. But Nick Chubb didn't do a whole lot either. Let's face it, without that touchdown run, he had a horrible game. And How long are they really going to keep Nick Chubb running into the back of the offensive line here? Something's got to give. So give me the upside of Woody Marks, a guy who could be the guy there in Houston. For better or worse, DeAndre Swift's still going to be there in Chicago. So I'm going Woody Marks here. Monangai's maybe going to be worth a stash eventually. But don't look at the fact that he got more touches last week. That was just pure garbage time. It was all fourth quarter. Right. Sir Capelot. Who's your preference? Wandale or Troy Franklin?
Wandale. I mean, we've seen like Wandale had some nice moments last year. He's been pretty good each of the first 2 games. Give me that guy.
Yep. The target share is it's definitely there. I don't know if it matters that you have Neighbors. Again, I guess he gets a boost, kind of like the rare wide receiver handcuff. All right. Roy put a super chat. Thank you, Roy Maza. Now, I know I saw a question from Roy earlier. Ray. Sorry, Ray. I know I saw a question from Ray. There it is. Wide receivers are Adams, McConkey, Ridley, Pearsall, Myers. Okay. I'm guessing there was another question. Here we go. Half PPR, have Burrow and May. Roll with May, pick up Goff or Jones.
Oh, I still think you got to go Goff here. I just Goff is like the kind of QB that you can pretty much just roll him out rest of the season. Yes, he's going to have some duds, but I mean, lots of QBs are going to have duds. I mean, so if I have Goff, I don't really have to worry about it too much. I can just be fine with Goff.
Yeah, Goff is the choice here. And I would actually go either of those over me. Jones, I think I would put over me. And then here goes why I was listening to wide receivers, was offered Sun God for Javonte and Pearsall.
I mean, I think you got to take Sun God, right? I mean, you just got to take the proven stud player here. You got to take Sun God.
Yeah, I'm easily taking Sun God. I'm big on Pearsall, but I'm taking Sun God. I don't even care who your receivers are. Your receivers are good, but just take that guy. Yes. All right. Next up is Andrew Myers. What's up, Andrew? Has Tucker Kraft. Would you trade Tyler Warren and George Pickens to get Nico Collins?
Yeah, you got Tucker Kraft. I'm doing this. Like, again, we can't be out on these guys after 2. Nico wasn't even bad yesterday. Like, what's going on here? Like, Nico was fine yesterday. Like,
yeah, he was the only guy in Houston who was actually not bad. But yeah, I think this is doable. Definitely doable. And you're pretty good. You got now Nico with BTJ, Evans, and Emeka Egbuka. That's pretty good. Yeah, take that. All right. Alyssa back wants to know what? Drop Hampton? No, you can't drop Hampton.
No, you can't drop Hampton.
No.
Like, give me one moment.
I mean,
no, you can't drop Hampton.
I'll be right back. Don't drop Hampton. And how are these guys? You're telling me all of these guys are on waivers? Mason, Bill, and Judkins? This must be, I mean, I'm guessing this is an 8-team league, but you can't drop Hampton. You can bench Hampton, but you can't drop Hampton. All right, so Dion wants to know, is Njoku droppable in non-PPR for a shot guy? Like, yes, actually, I think non-PPR, half PPR, full PPR, he's droppable for Kraft. Again, not just because of the one big game. Kraft is going to be over Njoku, I think, rest of the season. And maybe Juwan Johnson might also.
Yes. Sorry, it sounded like my dogs were tearing something apart, but they weren't. I was like, oh.
Pearsall and Keon Coleman value.
I think Pearsall probably still has a decent amount of value, like not super high. Keon Coleman, I think his value is rising, but I think people are also still like a little on the fence. Like, ooh, is this, going to really happen? You say my wide receivers are mid, so always, I mean, I don't think there's anybody on the waiver wire better than Pearsall or Keon Coleman, unless you're in a really shallow league.
No, probably not. I still see Pearsall as a kind of assuming it's like a 12-team league, like a high upside wide receiver 3, let's say, potential to be more. Keon Coleman is just a risky flex to me right now. We'll see. Maybe he does something more. Umberto needs some love here. Somehow 0-2, despite this squad. Got Dak, Bijan Jacobs, Chubb, Dobbins, Pollard, London, Higgins, Adams, Evans, Addison, Keenan, and Laporta. That's a good team.
Well, I mean, I see how you're 0-2. Like London hasn't been great. Higgins hasn't been great. Adams had one nice game. Evans hasn't been great. You probably haven't started Keenan because you've had London, Higgins, Evans, and Adams. So it's like, yeah, Keenan's been great, but he's probably been on your bench. But you'll be fine. This team will be fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, you're starting 2 running backs, can't possibly be much better. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to do. If you want to just get rid of Higgins, just to change the mojo on your team, you could do that. Just maybe upgrade at running back, but patience. You'll get better. Kyle Grove also lost Burrow. Was offered. I see somebody's trying to prey on you. Was offered Baker, Travion, and Terry for BTJ. Is that enough? I feel like it is. Got JT Pollard. Start 3 receivers with the option. Okay,
I think this comes down to like who are my best options on the waiver wire at QB. Like if there's still guys on the waiver wire that I like let's say Dak is still out there. I mean, we've gotten questions like Goff is still out there. I mean, if those guys are still out there, then I don't think I need to do this because it's like I'm good just rolling with those guys. I'll be fine. But
yeah, I mean, it's true. You don't need to trade for a quarterback. I'm just looking at this and like, okay, McLaurin for BTJ, it's not a big drop off. Terry will be good. We know that. Travion it's interesting because then you got a potentially really good running back. You know, you don't want to start him yet, and then just to not have to worry about quarterback, I feel like this is enough. I would do it. It's not a smash, right? Not a smash. I'm like running, to my computer to accept this right away, but I would definitely think pretty hard about this. I think I might do it. All right, Julio wants to know if there's any moves here. He still has to drop somebody to keep Judkins. And yeah, so I think we just said if you have to, it would be Golden or Benson. No, I think we said Benson or Golden.
I'd rather drop Benson right now. Like he's still behind James Conner. I just think, look, maybe Golden continues to just run all over the field wide open and Jordan Love just could never connect with him. But you know they're going to be watching film this week and being like, we had a huge touch. Oh, we had another huge gain, right? We had a huge gain right here. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if you saw, did you see the stat? Like he led all wide receivers in separation score this week. Every wide receiver. Like he was open all over the field. He should have had two big touchdowns in that game. If he had those 2 big touchdowns, it'd be like, you can't drop Golden. I don't want to. I'll drop Benson right now. No problem.
Yeah. Exactly here. Okay, some people just straight up, can I drop? It always depends, but like Michael Kirst, can we drop Samson? I think so.
Yeah.
Ben Howerton, should you drop Mark Andrews?
I mean, should you? No. Can you? Yes, if it's like depending on who's out there, but you don't want to just give some tight end needy team Mark Andrews and then he starts playing like Mark Andrews again.
Yeah. If you get a good tight end in his place, like if Tucker Kraft is out there, Juwan Johnson, you can, yes. But and then this, I'm trying to figure out Sai B. If Debo's on waivers, get him for Odunze.
No, you cannot get rid of Odunze. You cannot get rid of Odunze.
No, you cannot drop Odunze. He's been better than Debo. All right, Danny A. Start 3. BTJ, Moore, Pearsall, Franklin, Wandale, Ramondre, Javante. And then, okay, well, that is asking about DraftLane not allowing the sync sleeper. We need to go in the DraftLane support channel on the Discord.
Yeah, let me get the Discord link. Also make sure, you you got to go to let me get the link here for Discord. Hold on.
Yeah, so good. I'm glad you brought that up. If you have issues, we want to know, we need to know so we can fix all these issues. If there's anything that goes on with DraftLane, by the way, you see the QR code up there. If you try DraftLane, you can sync Yahoo Sleeper. If you have issues with anything, we have a channel on the Discord. It's called DraftLane Support. You could at any time drop a comment there and add one or both of us and let us know. All right. But back to the question, we need to start 3. We're still starting BTJ, I think.
Yeah, still starting BTJ. I think Javonte Williams has to be number 2.
Yeah.
And it gets close here. But I think I know DJ Moore's been bad. But it's the Cowboys. I think I'm going to go DJ Moore 3rd. It's pretty close between him and Pearsall.
Yeah, not crazy. I mean, we just talked about Dunze as you have to keep him, obviously, and you should definitely be starting him. But the other side of that, DJ Moore isn't getting nearly the target share. Now, on the other hand, Pearsall, you saw what Jennings played. Okay, well, Jennings did more, but Pearsall still was targeted. Yes, DJ Moore does have the better matchup. So I still like Pearsall overall better, like rest of the season. I think that's where I'm at. But this week, I'll go DJ Moore. All right, South Sea. Drop Fields or Penix for Daniel Jones.
I actually did in DraftLane. A league where I had Fields and Daniel Jones was out there. I just dropped him for Daniel Jones because I'm like, Daniel Jones has been so good and Fields might not even play this week. I'll just roll with Danny Dimes. Like, I don't think anybody's picking up Fields. So if you want to do it, go ahead.
Yeah, I think you could drop either one. I mean, this comes down to who you're starting this week. You're probably not starting Justin Fields, even if he plays on the risk here. So, yeah, that's fine. Now, I do think, though, with Fields, we know there's definitely still a great upside rest of the season. With Penix, if you're not starting him this week because you're going to start Daniel Jones, I don't think if you drop him, anyone else is running out to pick him up necessarily this week. But if you have Daniel Jones, I mean, why do you need another quarterback? You're good. All right. I'm trying to figure this one out. I read it earlier. I'm like, okay, Cassie 420. Is that Jalen Hurts? Worried
Hurts is this year's Mahomes. Like he's not going to be as good. I don't know why.
He still runs in a bunch of touchdowns. So, yeah. I mean, if you're worried about Hurts, I think no. Start Goff? Like over Hurts?
No, I'm not starting Goff over Hurts.
Look, Jalen Hurts is going to probably run for like 15 touchdowns again. Like that's just that's the way it is. Like it's not going to change. Right. So I'm not worried about Jalen Hurts if that's what you're asking. All right, let's get to Tyler Sperry. Okay, I remember this from earlier. He's saying start 2, Stafford, Kyron, or Mason. I think we did do start 2, didn't we?
Yeah,
Stafford
we did. This has got to be super flex, and I think Stafford's good enough for super flex, and I still got to go Kyron over Mason. Maybe that'll change after this week, but right now I still got to go Kyron over Mason.
Yeah, agree. All right, let's see. Yeah, so Tyler's saying you can put QB in flex. So super flex, yes. You 9 times out of 10, you want to put a quarterback in your super flex. This one is interesting. Let's put this up. We're getting there in the super chats. We're not too far behind. So let's do Logan Ross. Trade Tyreek for Brees.
You know what? Just give me Brees. Yeah.
This is a good time. It feels like a pretty good time to maybe buy low on Brees after last week. And I don't think Tyreek Hill is too much at all. Just get rid of the headache, get rid of the uncertainty. I still think this could go south pretty quickly. Honestly, if the Dolphins get stomped this week, as I predict, who's to say he doesn't throw a tantrum, pull an AB or something like that? All right, Michael Marowitz. Would Brown, Walker, or Etienne and JMO for a lot of ors and ands here for Gibbs and Evans or Igbuka be good?
All right, I assume that's Chase Brown, Kenneth Walker, or Etienne, and Jamison Williams. So we're getting Gibbs, which I prefer. So we're getting Gibbs and then Evans or Igbuka.
I think if you're getting the Gibbs side, that's good, right? No matter what the combo is.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot to give up. Chase Brown, Kenneth Walker. Well, I guess it's just Chase Brown, Walker, Etienne. Yeah, no, and Jameson, give me the Gibbs side. Give me the Gibbs side.
Well, actually, okay, hold on. Because it's like a lot going on here. Is it Brown and either Walker or Etienne and JMO? Like, is this 3 for 2 or is this 2 for 2? If it's 3 for 2, then I feel like that might be too much.
Well, I mean, saying Brown, one of those guys in JMO, but I think I'm okay with this, even if it is like. I mean, it might end up being an overpay. But you're getting Gibbs here.
Yeah, I don't know. He wants Walker for Sutton and Evans.
I mean, if
so you're getting both receivers just for Kenneth Walker? I would do that.
I mean, yeah, I think I would do that. I mean, you got Chase Brown and Etienne still. I think I would do that. And now, like,
the first one,
Evans is your wide receiver 3 or Sutton your wide receiver 3.
Yeah, the first one's kind of making my head hurt. So I'll just say if he wants Walker for Sutton and Evans, I'll take Sutton and Evans for Walker. I think that's totally fine. All right. Let's get to Cameron. Bench 3. Bill, Pacheco, Scattaboo, Golden, Keenan, Diggs.
You got to bench Pacheco. I mean, that's a no doubt. I think you have to bench Scattaboo this. I mean, you don't have to bench Scattaboo this week. But this is a very tough matchup. Like touchdown or nothing, probably. Oh, man, I think you
Pacheco,
have to start
Scattaboo.
Keenan. I think Bill is pretty
Golden
close here.
Too soon.
What's that?
I mean, my question is Golden. Like, is it? We know he's got opportunity. He looks good, but is it too soon for him? Like, or do we just not care about Diggs?
I mean, Diggs is fine. They are playing the Steelers, but I might just shoot for the upside of Golden. I mean, Diggs is safer, of course. Diggs is definitely safer here. I might shoot for the upside of Golden, but if you want to wait and see it first, I'm okay with Diggs. I think Keenan's a must. I think Bill's probably my second, and then I guess Diggs would be my third. Diggs or Golden.
Yeah, who wants safe? You already answered the question for yourself right there. Who wants safe? Forget Diggs. Yeah, bench Pacheco and Scattaboo for sure, and I think bench Diggs. And then we got RZ Signs. Trade Stevens for Judkins. Steven, is that Ramondre?
Yeah, I assume it's Ramondre. I'll take Judkins over Ramondre, definitely.
Yeah, I'll do that. Ramondre feels like a sort of sell high right now. Do you think?
Yes, coming off that nice game, yes.
All right, another trade question here. Grisepal wants to know Moore and Bucky for Kamara, Sutton, and Pearsall.
Moore and Bucky for Kamara, Sutton, and Pearsall. I mean, it feels pretty fair. Like you're getting Sutton and Pearsall. Kamara's fine. Again, I'm going to say it probably comes down to like, Well, actually, you know what? I might just want the Kamara Sutton Pearsall side, honestly. Like, I'm not out on Bucky. I mean, I'm not out on Bucky already. We can't be out on Bucky. It's been 2 games, can't be out. But I kind of was never really that in on DJ Moore, honestly. And nothing I've seen so far has got me more in on DJ Moore. So I might just prefer Sutton and Pearsall to him. Kamara's fine. I'm probably taking the Kamara side here.
Yeah, because I feel like Moore versus Sutton, like give me Sutton. Not a big difference necessarily between Bucky and Kamara, right? Not a big difference. Still prefer Bucky, but it's not huge. You're not like taking an L here and you get Pearsall for free. Yeah, I would do that. Speaking of DJ Moore, how about this? Cicery. DJ Moore, AJ Brown, or Keon Coleman?
I mean, I think you still have to go AJ Brown here. This is like actually a good matchup for him against the Rams. I think I can't bench AJ Brown for these guys yet. Like if he busts again this week, then okay, we can start talking about benching AJ Brown. But come on, this is the Rams. It's AJ Brown. I can't start these guys
over. Not starting Keon Coleman here. Let's put our faith in AJB. Let's see what he does. How about Van's dog? Love that avatar. Etienne or Pollard in half?
Got to go Etienne right now. Till further notice. I mean, I don't want to say Etienne's a must start right now, but he's a very good start pretty much every week. Again, Pollard, like, is he going to get... I mean, he'll score touchdowns eventually, but he's not going to catch a single pass from Cam. Come on, Cam Ward. Check it down. Etienne.
Andrea, what's up? Dominating in the baseball league. Pick up Danny Jones or Jordan Love.
It's got to be Danny Dimes. I mean, I don't even know what his nickname is anymore. It shouldn't be his nickname. Okay, with all due respect, his nickname should not be Indiana Jones, because that is one of the greatest characters in cinematic history. Should be like Indiana Dimes, or give him like Indiana Dimes or something. Like, come on. Indiana Jones, disrespectful. This is disrespectful to Harrison Ford.
Indiana Dimes would make absolutely no sense. So
I know.
I get it. It makes sense. You're saying he hasn't earned that status, though.
He can't earn that status. There's nothing he can do to earn that status. He cannot.
Like it's not possible.
It's
what
like
if he wins the Super Bowl? What if he carries the Colts to the Super Bowl and wins it this year?
It does not matter. He did not save mankind from the Nazis multiple times.
That's as far as we know. That's probably true. Temple of Doom. I was just thinking about it. Temple of Doom is actually my favorite. That's a great movie. All right. Hey, Aaron Hudson. Which quarterback unfortunately lost Joe Flacco? So no. All right. Actually, it's probably Joe Burrow. Love, May, Knicks, T-Law. Apparently, no Danny Dimes available.
I think I still go Knicks here. I mean, May is interesting. I do think Love will be solid again. I think they'll have to throw it more. But I just don't really have a compelling reason to bench Bo Nix. I'm just going to go with Bo Nix.
Yeah, agreed. Don't feel like Love's going to pass the ball a whole lot this week. He just won't need to. Still some trust issues with the Patriots here. Yeah, just go Bo Nix. Definitely trust issues with T-Law. Never a trust issue with the Libertarian Sasquatch, my favorite. I lied. So the Band's dog, you got my favorite avatar, but this is definitely my favorite name. Bench Chuba for Pearsall because feeling like Arizona secondary is trash.
I mean, I guess it's okay. I guess it's okay. Chuba is in a really tough spot this week. It's a tough spot for Chuba, but he also gets all the work there. So,
this is tough. No, I don't think Arizona is like the worst. Will Johnson is pretty good. Could go either way on this. I think in PPR, I probably would go Pearsall. Still like Pearsall. All right. How about AJ Fisk? 10 team, full PPR. Got both Caleb Williams and Justin Fields. Feeling great right about now. Gibbs, Hampton, Pollard, Tet Jason, Wilson, Debo Hunter, Kirk, Bowers. Wants to improve RB. And then it says sell Debo high, question mark. Yeah, definitely drop.
Yeah, I would definitely sell Debo high. You got to think Terry McLaurin's going to get better, and Debo's not. I mean, Debo living off touchdowns right now. That's not going to continue. Williams, Fields, Gibbs, Hampton, Pollard, Ted, Jason, Wilson, Debo Hunter, Kirk Bowers. Trades to improve running back. I mean, yeah, but if you could trade Debo, like if you could trade Debo right now, he's got name value. I mean, if maybe you could get Kenneth Walker, if somebody's still spooked about the split there. I mean, I certainly think you could get like a Monty. Take a chance on Bill, take a chance on Judkins. I think you could get those guys.
Yeah, I we'll just say too. Just I noticed Fields and you got Garrett Wilson, got that stack here. I think it'll still be good. I know last week was pretty much as bad as it possibly could get. I think it'll be better. So Hampton's the one, man. I don't know. Not giving up on him yet, obviously, but sell Debo high. Definitely sell Debo high. And of course, you can definitely drop Hunter Henry. I know Kenny saying killed him with the take. Yeah, I will take ownership of that. I'm probably going to not put any Patriot on the Boom video ever again. At least this year.
Ever again?
At least this year. At least this year.
All right.
All right. So back to LS. So he's a Cardinals fan and saying that all the corners hurt. Is that right? All even better. Oh, Johnson. I didn't know that. I see this now. Johnson got a groin injury. Damn it. Yeah, I was say he's the one that I felt best about. They were talking him up during the game too. Okay, well, let's see if he doesn't play. Then yeah, it's got to make you feel better about both Pearsall and Jennings, right?
Yes.
And goes back to also we talked about it on the video, but Jalen Johnson for the Bears, as if the Bears defense wasn't bad enough, but they're really good corner Jalen Johnson. He's out for the season, is what I saw. It's brutal.
Jalen Johnson the season now they're saying? I know they were saying indefinitely. I didn't see that. That sucks.
I saw. Well, let me confirm. I swear I remember seeing it earlier today. Say he's out for the season. Oh, okay. This is out indefinitely. I know I saw it somewhere. Okay, well maybe it was. Yeah, look, here it is. Jordan Schultz likely to miss the rest of the regular season that will require surgery.
Brutal. That's brutal.
Yeah. Look, Ben Johnson may wind up still being an offensive genius. I don't know what he's going to do about that defense, though. Okay, the next up. Thank you. Takes on Ladd. Why can't he score?
I don't know. It's going to happen. Obviously, we know Ladd can score. He scored plenty last year. We know he can score. It's just, look, there's two. Like, imagine, like, this is what I always say. Imagine it's week 8, and let's say for the first 7 weeks, Ladd McConkey, or insert any player name here who we know is really good and has had a bad start, had been awesome for the first 7 games. Like everything we expected for the first 7 games. And then in week 8, they didn't score and they had like just kind of an okay game. And then in week 9, they didn't score again and they had a kind of a bad game. We wouldn't really be worried, right? We'd be like, he's going to be fine. Like the dude was awesome for 7 straight weeks. We know he's a good player. It just so happens that some guys have those bad games right at the start, right? When like all eyes are on like the fan, like right now, everybody's like, oh, come on, right? It just so happens it happens to be these 2 games. So, I mean, I remember last year he was like wide receiver 50 after the first 2 games. I mean, I know it's different this year because Keenan nervous, but again, Keenan Allen is not going to score 32 touchdowns this year. Quentin Johnson is not going to score 51 touchdowns this year. Probably. If they do, it's going to be records that will never be broken. Ladd is going to get his. He's going to get his.
Yeah, it's definitely too early to push the panic button here. And look, Keenan is obviously affecting him to some extent, right? Keenan Allen is still a good receiver. It was kind of weird how even after he signed with the Chargers, a lot of people were like, whatever, like last round pick. Like Keenan is still good. He was just on a bad offense last year. But I still feel like Conky's going to lead the team in receiving as well. He's going to lead them in fantasy production going forward. So touchdowns are pretty much the hardest thing to actually predict. We saw a lot of, even texted you this, right? Early Sunday, like all the randos are scoring touchdowns, right? Just the guys they never even thought about. They will score touchdowns, and it doesn't mean anything. It just means that they got the ball to them in the red zone on that play. Because, of course, their best receiver is going to get double covered. Of course, they're going to stuff the box and try to stop the elite running back. So, yeah, you throw it to the third string tight end or the guy who's just in for that one play and hasn't played the entire series until they got to the red zone. It happens. So touchdowns aren't a thing to really freak out about. Target share, yeah, that's a thing that can be very predictive. And that's when you freak out when a guy stops getting as many targets. But he's still involved enough. And then we got Sam Epler. No PPR. It's unfortunate. Flex Coleman, Devontae. Trying to figure out which Devontae and Chubb.
Non-PPR. Who do the Texans play? The Jags. The Jags haven't been awful against the run, honestly.
No.
Keon Coleman gets the Dolphins. He's on the Bills. They're going to light the Dolphins up. I mean, James Cook's going to score. Keon Coleman's going to score. Josh Allen's probably going to score 5. Ray Davis might even fall into the end zone this week. I'm going to go keep Coleman.
What? Based on the spelling, I don't know which Devontae that is because it's like a mix between the two. I think I would have to go with either of the Devontaes. If it's Devontae Adams, I mean, a lot of touchdown upside. We saw how good he was last week. Devontae Smith is definitely riskier. Devontae Smith, am I putting Coleman over him? No, I don't think so. So, assuming it's one of those, I don't know if there's if it's like somebody random, which I doubt it is. Yeah, I'll go with Devontae. Now, this one, I'm not sure why this is a dilemma here. You got Nico Collins and Garrett Wilson, but can only start one of them.
I'm not benching Nico.
Nah.
Not benching Nico. I said this last week. I'm not benching Nico. I don't have to think about it.
But especially, I mean, we don't even know if it's going to be Tyrod Taylor or Justin Fields. Not a great matchup. Just go Nico. This week can definitely go Nico. All right, and I feel like this is the appropriate way to finish with things. Where is it? Oh, wait, hold on. I take that back. We got a couple questions from our people with a membership. Vinny, what's up, Vinny? Pearsall, AJB, Adams or Sutton needs 2. Has Mason flex.
I'm still going AJ Brown. I think this is actually a good spot for AJ Brown this week. Adams, I don't like Adams' spot this week. I might go AJ Brown, Pearsall.
Saying he has Mason at the flex. This is PPR. Are you flexing Mason over those receivers though?
I think I am actually. He gets all the touches against the Bengals.
Well, I'm down on Sutton this week, as I've said, so I can sit Sutton. I still like Adams enough. I want to play Adams. So I don't see you need 2. Like if you need 2 of those guys and the flex, I'd probably go the first 3. Pearsall, AJB, then Adams, Mason. Could go either way. Basic money. Flex Harrison. Does it matter if the opponent has Kyler? No.
No, you just play the best players. It doesn't matter who your opponent has. I will say Harrison Jacoby is close for me. Because even though, like, I know Jacoby didn't have a nice game last night. I mean, Geno Smith was terrible. Should be better this week against my Commanders, who don't have a stellar secondary. That one is really tough for me. Harrison against a 40. I might go Jacoby over Harrison, but I don't know, ask me again later in the week. That one's really tough. That one's really close.
Yeah, Harrison is still always going to be at least a strong flex. We just said we're not worried about Ladd. I don't think you need to sit Ladd, but again, let's kind of wait and see. Okay, this is the one I was looking for. Drop World Media says if Daniel Jones wins a Super Bowl, he might surpass Larry Bird. I somehow don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll surpass Larry Bird in Indiana, but
to to the younger generation, probably, because they're like, yeah, I've heard of Larry Bird. To the OGs, right. No, it's not happening. Right. All right. Well, there we go. We are all caught up now. The good news is, even if you get on here later, if you still have questions, use DraftLane. So right there, if you're a new user, you haven't tried it yet, download DraftLane. You already see the codes there. Try it out. Use code ENDGAME. You get 10 free credits. You can ask any questions, and we'll answer them. In fact, as soon as we log off here, we're going to get on DraftLane and answer those questions to make sure they don't go unanswered too long. You can use this anytime, but don't worry. We'll also be back live for tomorrow night. So don't forget, subscribe, turn on notifications if you haven't yet. And if you didn't, you're watching this whole time, you're still here, give us a like. Appreciate you guys. Check out all the start and sit videos, everything else to help you win is on the channel right now. All right. See you in the next one.